Well, I need to be checked. I need to be checked, everyone. We're gonna start accepting people in a second. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Let's get the first person up here, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 22.
Are you driving?
I'm missing in the passenger seat.
For sure. Can the person who's driving say hi real quick?
Hi.
Now you speak again?
Huh?
That sounded like you.
I'm sitting in the passenger seat.
All right, turn your camera on then. That's what I thought.
I'm sitting in the passenger seat.
Dude, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 20 or whoa, dude, I stop me, please, chat. Please save me. What is going on, dude? What is going on? I can't be stopped. I can't be stopped, chat. I can't be stopped. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Please only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. Oh my god, I need to be checked, everyone. I'm not doing the Trump topic. I'm just glitching out, chat. The AI is glitching out. Dude, it's actually unbelievable. Actually, unbelievable. How old are you?
Yo,
How old are you?
13.
Do you think? Whoa. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
To
Wow.
wait, hold on. Let me hold on.
That's rough, dude. That's a rough start to the day, everyone. That's a rough start to the day. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. We have no guest requests. We've got no one in here. Absolutely fucking no one. So only do send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. Interesting start to the day, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. All right, let's get some people up here, y'all.
Yo, what's going on, man?
How old are you?
I'm 23 years old.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
I would say so, yeah. I would say that it should matter more for women than it does for men. Although
And why is that?
just because of like the nature of society, man. If you look at it, right, women are able to easily access like the male private part, whereas it's just way easier for them to get laid as opposed to like
So
men.
then
Yeah.
shouldn't it matter more for men comparative to women because they were less selective than a woman if they have the same body count?
No, but that's exactly my point. If something is more accessible to you, then it should matter more for you, and you should offer more restraint. And
Oh, okay. So like for
Yeah.
example, right?
Yeah.
Like particular men that have more options than the average woman, their body count should matter more than the average woman. Is that your view?
No, but I don't
No?
think
No? So
I
then like
think-
it doesn't matter that there's more opportunities or that it's
Are you
easier.
actually, bro, are you actually gonna let me talk, or are you just gonna just keep bitching while I'm speaking, bro? Can I actually respond, or are you?
I gave you two sentences there. I'm sorry, but
that was
I know you
so-
don't let women finish, but you should let me finish here.
I don't make men finish either, so that was really weird of you. I don't know if you're
Either.
into that
At least you admitted it.
Yeah,
At least you
yeah.
admitted it.
I don't know. I'm confused why you're acting
At least you admitted it that you've never made a woman finish, but it's fine.
And you're asking another man to make you finish.
That's not what I just said. I said you never. I said let me finish like conversation. Do you
Yeah,
get the fucking pun, bro? Mills, are you really serious, bro? You didn't get the pun.
Hold on.
You didn't get it. You didn't get it.
No, because you literally said, "Yo, you should let women." I know you don't let women finish, but you should at least let me finish. So you're literally asking me to let you finish, meaning that.
Yeah, in the
women-
conversation, you didn't understand the irony of the statement, bro. Oh my.
Okay. That was pretty
Wow,
nice.
dude. I can't believe
fine,
this.
Can't believe you wanted another man to make you finish. Like, I don't know if you were into that kind of stuff, but that's you, bro. I'm
If
not
you
into
use that as an
stuff.
insult in 2024, I'm sorry, but
literally-
you're such a.
wait, hold on,
use
hold
your
on.
own
How
terminology.
ironic-
You're such a
how
beta, bro.
ironic-
He's such a beta.
How ironic, hold on, time out. Parker, how ironic that you used me not being able to make a woman finish as a joke, but then when I throw it right back at you, it's like, oh my god, you're using 2024.
No, you
What,
threw
bro?
you
Make it
threw a
make sense,
joke.
bro. You're
Wait,
such a
you threw a
hypocrite.
joke for being not straight. That's
Yeah,
what you just did. Okay, so that's literally not the same thing. Not even close.
Bro's
right?
talking about bro's using the fact that I can't make quote unquote woman finish, and then when
Well,
I
you
try to throw the
admitted
joke
to
right
it. I
back
didn't
at
just
him,
say it. You
and
admitted
when I
to
throw the
it.
joke back
Here's
at
the
him, then he
confetti.
starts
Thank you.
crying.
Hey,
Anyway,
Mills. I didn't just
can we
make the
get can we
joke. You
get can we
admitted
get
to it.
can we get back to the conversation?
I didn't just make it. You admitted to it.
No, can we
Okay.
get back to the conversation, or are you just
Sure, go for it.
you gonna keep bitching, bro? What's going on with you? You good? Is everything
Can we get some
all
baby
right?
bottles in the chat for Mills, everyone? Get some baby bottles in the chat.
Yeah, let's get some pride flags for Parker because I don't know why he's hiding. the
W
fact
pride
that he's
flag.
a
W
homosexual.
pride flag.
Are you gay?
Are you really using that as an insult in
I'm
2024?
asking you if you're gay, bro.
No,
asking
I'm
if
not.
you're gay.
Now, are you really using that as an insult in 2024?
Are you really using the fact that some men are
That you can't make women finish as an insult? Yeah,
Why
absolutely.
don't you let me respond, bro? You're such a pussy. You're actually a pussy.
Oh,
Like, you don't let other
you're
people
mad that
respond.
I'm debating you?
No. The problem is that you don't let me respond when you talk. You keep talking over me and keep
Okay,
interjecting.
I'll be quiet, Mills.
Thank you. Yeah, mute yourself. Good job, little boy. I don't know if that turns you on. Actually, let me take that shit back because that probably fucking give you butterflies when I said that. But anyways, back to the conversation. So yeah, I do think that it should matter for women as opposed to men because like I said, it's more easier for women to get laid as opposed to men.
More easier. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe because of the intelligence level on your behalf. But the point I would make here specifically is that that's not
You're a
actually
fucking
giving.
comedian, man. You're actually so funny, dude. You're like probably the funniest TikToker I know. You should do stand up like comedy, bro. Like that was.
I'm just more smarter than you.
That was hilarious.
Appreciate that mustache. Thank you so much. Just so
job.
just more.
Funny
yeah,
guy
yeah.
over here, guys. We got a fucking comedian. We got
Appreciate
a
the handout.
comedian
Thank you
right
so much.
now. Yeah, that was fucking corny, bro.
You make the jokes
That was
yourself.
fucking-
Appreciate
that
the
was
head
literally
mustache. Thank you so
corny as
much.
cringy as, like a white person.
He got hate speech. He got hate speech, hateful behavior. He gets so mad, dude. He's so mad. He's so mad. Baby bottles in the chat for the more smarter guest. You know what's up, how old are you?
I did this on accident. How do I back out?
You're good. You're good. I got you. I got you. Boop. All right. Next person. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 26.
And do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. You know, Parker, it's been a while since the last time I talked to you. The last
Do
time.
you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I think it should definitely matter for men, of course. Like, if, say, the person you dated, like,
Do you think it should matter more for women comparative to men?
I think it should matter for both equally.
Appreciate you coming up. Only looking for debaters, y'all. You what's up? How old are you? Do
I'm 23.
you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I think it does, but I think it does, and that's only based off of
Do
what.
you think it should matter for women but not for men?
Yes, but
Yes?
that's only
Why
based
so?
off of what I've heard, and I'm coming up here to tell you that I'm a big supporter and stuff like that. So I listen to a lot of your lives. So I'm here to learn, not argue. From what I've heard, and it convinced me in my head, is the lock and key method. Like they say that women should hold their lock more personal, I guess, because many men can enter it. So when I've debated people with it, they've used that argument.
Yeah, that's a terrible argument. Zid, I appreciate the $1.11. Thank you so much. The reason why I think that's a terrible argument is because why are they attributing the woman to be the lock and the man to be the key?
That's what I don't understand either.
It's because one just goes in the other, and if that's true, well, then a pencil and a pencil sharpener would also be comparable, right? The more times a pencil is sharpened, the shorter it gets. I mean, do people's pencils get shorter when they use them? No,
Pretty much,
right?
yeah.
So obviously it doesn't demonstrate anything conceptually there. It's just one thing into the other. Like,
You said, do people pencils get shorter when they use them? Isn't that a yes? And once again,
I wasn't using that literally.
Okay, I'm just here to learn because I debate this a lot with people, and they kind of convince my mind that yes, women body count should matter. So I'm just trying to learn at this point.
Yeah, sure. But like that, the reason why that doesn't make any sense is because it demonstrates nothing conceptually. The same way that the pencil sharpener scenario and the pencil doesn't actually demonstrate anything conceptual either.
So what about the fact of like strength, like the fact that a man should be like more dominant or have more control or like
What do you mean?
more
What do we
like,
mean by control?
like in the sense of from what I've heard other men debate, right? And when I argue them on the topic, they say that I'm a man. It's in the sense of like a woman is more precious, I would say, and she should be more nurtured or taken care of. I disagree with it, but what they're saying kind of defeats my logic, even though I disagree with them wholeheartedly.
How does it defeat your logic?
It
What?
defeats it because I can't defend myself enough in that sense, if that makes any sense.
I don't know what you mean there.
Okay, so they would say something in the sense of like, oh, a man is supposed to be more protective of a woman. That's why she can't have more intercourse, so to say, right? So, and
What do we mean by protective here? And why should a man be more protective of a woman?
They're saying in a sense of like because they're stronger or because they're more capable or they're more able to do.
So you mean like physically?
Yes, so it triumphs my
okay.
logic. So I
Wait, so
can't-
like in the scenario where the woman is more capable and the man is less capable, would the roles then be reversed?
if the woman is more capable, yes.
Yeah, like
I would-
if say if you were dating Ronda Rousey, would you then take the other role?
no, it's Ronda Rousey.
Wait, but Ronda Rousey's more capable physically than you.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I would feel like I'm agreeing with you, but I'm also disagreeing because people beat my logic a lot. But I feel like a body count shouldn't matter, but I'm not able to like debate people enough on the topic, if that makes any sense.
I don't know how they're defeating your logic. I don't know what you mean by that. Like what reasoning did you provide that was bad?
I would provide the reasoning of like how you just asked me the question, why are women more why do women need to be protected by men, or why is strength so important? They will say in the sense of, oh, if you were in a house with a woman or something like that and an intruder came in, who do you expect to take the forefront? I would say it doesn't matter who takes the forefront. It only matters who's more capable. But they would
Wait.
logic.
Yeah, just whoever's more capable. It could be typically the man because the man could be more physically capable. But whether or not someone is, defending the other person, to me, doesn't mean that they have to that their body count matters more or anything like that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And that was I just come up here to learn and to get like your point of view of it because I
Yeah.
debate
So their
with
view is that Ronda Rousey's body count doesn't matter.
basically, yeah. Okay, I was just coming up here to learn. Like that's it. I was just want to get your opinion on it and stuff like that. That's about it. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you coming up. All right, let's get the next person up here. Only send a guest request if you will. If you do think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, my name's Peyton. I'm 33.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
So, I don't think that. I think it does matter to the individual. I do think women are more emotionally involved in sex than men
Do
are.
you think it should matter for women, but not for men?
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm answering your question. I think to an extent it should matter for women, but more from an internal perspective, not on what the world views it. Does that make sense?
Okay, so like you don't think that women should be looked at in a more negative context for having the same body count as a man?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think women should be judged for it, but I do think that women are more emotionally attached to sex. So
If a woman's not emotionally attached to the sex, is it okay then?
yeah, I think there'll be less repercussions of it for sure.
Okay, all right,
If
sure.
they're not looking to like engage in a relationship, if it's just casual sex.
Yeah, I'm going against the people who think that women should be looked at in a more negative context for the same body count than a man. But yeah, I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah, have a good one.
You as well. All right, let's get the next person up here. Everyone, only send a guest request if you do think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
36.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
I mean, I'm going to just say it like, when it comes to women and men, one has an innie, one has an outie. The outie really don't necessarily change, I don't think, where the innie might.
What do you mean by change?
You know what I mean? I mean, if you have a whole bunch of, sex partners or whatnot, I mean, I would feel like for the woman, it would show, I guess, more loosely, I guess.
That's completely false.
We say that with
There's-
respect.
There's no scientific evidence indicating that multiple sexual partners makes it quote unquote looser. Okay, there's no scientific evidence that indicates that. Would you
But
provide
that's
any?
but that's what I'm saying. Like, because I mean, I'm 36. I've been around the block. You know what I mean? And I know mine hasn't changed, but I know some have. You know, like the females. I'm just saying with high sex numbers.
Yeah, so again, that's not one that would be related to body count. Two, like if there was a person with one partner, right, and their partner is massive, under your view, if they engage in sex every single day, is that worse than someone having 50 partners they engaged with once each?
No, I guess not.
No, it's not, but they engaged in more sex with bigger members.
I guess so, man. I'm just saying on it. Any
Also, do you think that every single time do you have a wife?
Do I? No.
Okay. Do you think that, say you have a future wife, do you think that every single time you engage with her, it decreases her value?
No, but what's your
So
perspective?
you just might,
Parker?
you must
I mean,
not be big enough to do
You're
anything.
hearing others, but you're not putting your perspective in it.
I think
So
it
if
should be
somebody
considered
had
equal with
40
men and
sex
women.
partners, if a woman had 40 sex partners, would you look at that differently?
It would be the same as a man having 40 sex partners.
I mean, I guess, but still.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, you
think
want
it
the
should matter
debate,
equally,
man.
right?
You want the debate, so I'm trying to throw it out there for you. So
Well, it sounds like you don't really have anything.
I'm just saying a high sex count for a female does not seem more attractive than a lower number.
Okay, well then, does it for a man? Like, do you think it doesn't matter if for you? This is like saying,
mean, it does.
I want my
I mean-
partner to be nice, but I'm never going to be nice. Like what?
It does,
What are you
man.
talking
I mean, both partners. But you asked the question about should it matter about females, not men.
with women and not men. Like, where'd you get females from? Why are you just trying to refer to women as females?
Aren't they, though?
No, not necessarily. And also, you're not distinguishing that they're adults.
Okay. I'm just saying, man, that's my debate.
So you have nothing else.
That's it, man.
Wow. Well, intelligent point. Intelligent points.
Appreciate it.
Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. You okay, Parker? Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. You, what's up? How old are you?
36.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Yes. Can we agree that it's harder for a man to have a higher body count than a woman?
Sure, in
Both
typicals.
men?
Sure, in typicals,
Right.
but I mean, if there's a circumstance in which it is easier for a man than a woman to engage in intercourse, does his body count matter more at the same level as the woman?
But can we agree that we're talking about an outlier?
Oh, I
then?
would love an answer to my question.
Did you? Okay, what was your question? Sorry.
If a man has the same amount of has more opportunities than a woman, right? Given that they have the same body count, should he be viewed in a more negative context than her?
No.
Okay, well then you don't care about the level of opportunities or how easy it is. So try again.
How don't I?
Because I gave you a scenario where a man had more opportunities or it was easier for him and it didn't matter more for him. So it's
So
only
can
the
you-
fact that she's a woman.
Can you give me an
sure, then again,
example
thank you.
of a man that it's easier than a woman to have a higher body count?
Yeah. For example, right? Do you know who Vinny Hacker is?
I don't.
Yeah. So like for example, he has 15 million followers, right? He's obviously going to have more opportunities than the average person, average woman, because he has 15 million followers.
You think
Should
so?
his body count at the same level matter more than that of like the average woman at
It
the same
really
level?
requires a man to use a older term, woo the woman, right? Like it's all about the man like attracting the woman. So the woman in this sense, like the guy last time brought up a lock and key, right? So a good lock requires one key to unlock it, whereas a bad lock that opens with a lot of keys
Appreciate it,
is
dude.
You're right.
You
No,
don't even
like,
know your.
you
You don't
understand
even.
what I'm saying.
You don't even know your own analogy.
I do.
It's actually
I do.
hilarious, dude.
One lock.
No.
One lock. You have a lock.
It's a lock that can be opened up by many keys. It's a shitty
Right.
lock, but a lock
Right.
that can only but a key that can open up many locks is a master key. Okay, but why is the woman a lock and the man a key?
Because it's harder for a man to have a body than it is for a woman.
Not in the scenario in which a woman particularly has less opportunities than a man, and in that scenario, you didn't say it mattered more for the man.
but we already
'Cause in that
agreed
scenario,
that-
the man would end up being the lock, right?
But we already agreed that it's harder for a man to have a high body count than it is for a woman. We
On
already agreed
typicals, and that's why I gave you a particular
Right.
scenario where it was the case that a man has more opportunities.
So
And
why
you
are-
didn't
why are we-
indicate specifically that it mattered more for him comparative to the average woman, even though he has more opportunities.
But why are we arguing like an outlier rather than the general consensus?
I don't
of
know what you mean by
life?
I'm giving you a particular scenario where your reasoning doesn't apply and asking you why doesn't your reasoning apply in this scenario? And it seems like it's just because he's a man, right? And because she's a woman. That's why.
Right, because it's generally harder for a man to get.
Yeah, but not in this scenario, right? In this scenario, you didn't hold
So
that to be
we're-
true.
Okay, so you want to argue one scenario, but not all of the other scenarios.
I'm showing you how in this scenario your reasoning crumbles.
Okay, and
that
that
make
means
sense?
that it's a wrong reasoning.
Yeah, because you can't provide a relevant difference between the two. It seems like you're just creating a special exception. You're special pleading.
I'm catering to the 99.9% of reality, and you're just kind of hooking onto the 0.1% there to try to prove your point.
I'm sorry. Not only is it not 0.1%, that's quite literally some of the dumbest shit you've ever said, but that's also like that's not relevant, right? I'm showing you your reasoning in this scenario doesn't apply. I'm showing you because it doesn't apply, it shows that you only apply it to women and not to men. That it's not about the reasoning, it's about the fact that she's a woman.
Yeah, but we already agreed it's harder for a man than a woman.
Oh my god, in this scenario that's not true, yet you still think it matters more for the woman.
So okay, so all right, let's take Donald Trump.
Rocket science.
Let's take Donald Trump, right? Very powerful man, had to pay a woman to do things with him, right? And let's take Robert Kraft, owner of the Patriots, right? He had to pay for him to have a body count, right? And the list goes on and on and on of powerful men with a lot of money that have to pay for that. Whereas if you switch the roles, right, and you take a very
Heisenberg,
powerful
I'm
woman,
sorry, but that's not fucking relevant. Okay?
yeah, it is. It is. It shows that just because you're a powerful person and you have a lot of money,
When did I argue anything about power and money? I didn't say
because
shit
take
about
the
that.
take the same woman, right, that has power and money, she doesn't need to pay for that.
I don't see how
she
this
can-
is fucking relevant.
Because it shows you that a woman versus a man, right? Like it's easier for a woman to get a higher body count than it is for a
Heisenberg,
man.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
I never fucking disputed that. No shit, no shit. Never disputed
Right.
that. Never
And
disputed
that's
that
why
it's
it
easier on
should
average.
be.
I actually agreed with that in the earlier point. Now, can you
Right.
respond particularly to my point because I showed how your reasoning doesn't apply? How
What-
you only think it matters for women and not for men? Like the same reasoning you don't apply, right, to matter for a man.
Right, because you're only focusing on one tiny part of reality here. You're only focusing on one little section of where you're making up a point where it's easier for a man than a woman.
I'm giving you a scenario where your reasoning clearly doesn't actually like follow through, and since your reasoning doesn't follow through, right, I show you that you're only applying it to women and not to men. Does that make sense? Is that clear?
It is, but it doesn't show that you're standing on the ground of it doesn't show that you're right in this sense because you're only using you're a smaller segment here. You're
Why
not.
is that
you're not-
relevant?
because in order for it to be logical, it needs to be able to apply
What is
to
logic, Heisenberg?
What do you mean? What
is logic?
What do you mean?
What is logic?
Do you want the definition? I don't have a
Yeah,
dictionary.
just how do you? What are you saying when you say that?
Well,
Do you even know?
I think logic would be the general consensus of society, right? Like if
No.
No, okay. What would you define logic as?
It's going to be referring to the three classical laws of logic, typically the law of identity, law of non-contradiction, and law of excluded middle. Okay, so it's like A equals A, right? Things like that. Like that's a law of identity. That's an example. A or not A, or right, two things could not be true
I'm
simultaneously,
off on
in
that.
which contradict.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are those things that we're relating to with logic. What I'm doing is I'm taking your principle that it should matter more for an individual in which has more opportunities, and I'm applying it to a particular circumstance where you don't hold it to be true. To show you the absurdity in your view, either you have to accept this considered absurdity to yourself, or you would yield a contradiction. Right? The contradiction being that there's a particular person with more opportunities, the same body count as another, yet their body count does not matter more.
I would just like to see that person who you think has more, a proven person that has more access as
Vinny
a man.
Hacker than the average woman. Yes, Vinny Hacker has more opportunities than the average woman.
How do you know that though?
He has 15 fucking million followers. I'm sorry, but can you put the two fucking brain cells in your brain together, rub them together, and maybe we'll get some sort of response here.
Right. Just because you have 15 million followers does not mean you suddenly have.
Why do they have 15 million followers? Because they're conventionally attractive. The whole reason they're in the position they are is because not only are they conventionally attractive, but again, they also have the followers. So 15 million followers, conventionally attractive. You're saying they have less.
So do you think
You're saying Vinny
Sketch-
Hacker? Let me answer this. You're saying
Okay.
Vinny Hacker with 15 million followers, right, has less opportunities than the average fucking woman?
Do you think Sketch is attractive?
Heisenberg, answer the damn fucking question.
Sorry, what was your question?
Do you think Vinny Hacker has less opportunities than the average woman?
I have no idea who that guy is. To
You
be
want to
honest.
see?
I'd have
you,
to look
do
him
you
up.
want to see?
Yeah,
I'll literally show
sure.
you,
Yeah.
bro.
I mean, can we use a celebrity that I like, a movie star or something?
Yeah, we can, but I'll just Tom Cruise. Like what?
Okay,
You know who
Tom Cruise.
Okay,
Sure.
Tom Cruise has more opportunities than the average woman.
To have a body count, right? You're talking about just because he's popular doesn't automatically mean that he. And that's why I brought up Trump and Robert Kraft, because they have a ton of followers, they have a ton of access, but they had to literally pay for someone to do that for them. Do you think Sketch has a lot of followers? Do you think he is attractive in a general sense? Do you know who Sketch is?
I don't
Yeah.
see how that's relevant, right?
Because
the
he has
reason
a
why
lot of
that's not-
followers.
Stop talking.
Okay,
I'm not
sorry.
just saying because he has a lot of followers that means he's attractive. I'm sorry, Heisenberg, but how the fuck did you get that from any of my statements? No offense.
Because you said because he has 15 million followers that he has
Along with
a
he's
lot of
conventionally
access.
attractive. He's in that position because he's conventionally attractive. Not only did we move on from that and go to Tom Cruise, so like what are you
Right.
talking about, bro?
So Sketch has how many followers? And did he get
Heisenberg,
that
I'm
because
not-
he's conventionally attractive?
No, I'm not arguing because they have followers. They got that because they're conventionally attractive. I'm saying in this scenario, the reason why Vinny Hacker has his followers is because he's conventionally attractive. Are you serious
Well,
right now?
Is his whole platform based on his looks? Is that what
Yes,
I'm
literally,
Oh, okay.
literally. That's what I've
Okay,
said
that's
fucking
what I'm
6
missing.
times, dude.
Oh, okay, sorry. That's what I'm missing. And I have
No
no
offense,
idea.
I'm
who
not
that
trying to
guy is.
respond this way, but you're actually like goldfish IQ right now. No offense.
That's fine.
Like no
I
offense, dude.
don't know who that person is, so maybe that's.
I'm
where
not. I didn't even. You know who Tom Cruise is, right?
I do.
Okay, so Tom Cruise has more opportunities than the average woman, correct?
Just because he's Tom Cruise, I disagree.
You think?
I disagree. Any woman could go to any bar
Are you
right
totally
now.
fucking serious?
Yes.
You think
because
Tom Cruise has less opportunities than the average woman?
I wouldn't even say less. I just think he has the same
Is
opportunity.
there any man that exists that has more opportunities than the average woman?
I don't think so, because any woman could go to any location right now and walk up to a guy that's single and
You don't deserve to vote. Unironically, you don't deserve the right to vote. I think we should restrict your right to vote, specifically you. What the fuck? Are you totally serious? Not a single man in the world? You're being disingenuous, okay? You're being disingenuous as fuck, okay? Why are we acting like that's true? Why are we sitting here and like, oh yeah, there's not a single man in the world that has more sexual opportunities than the average woman? Are you fucking are you trolling me?
I'm not, but I think
Yes,
you're
you are. You're
disingenuous
literally
by latching
you
on
have to be
the-
joking.
I think you're being just
Tyler,
disingenuous.
thank
by
you for the
latching on
$10.
to
Thank you so
one
much.
person.
I'm obviously not being disingenuous. You're literally saying not a single man in the world.
Right, because women.
Okay,
Right,
is there a
because
single,
women-
let me ask you this question. Is there a single man in the world that has more sexual opportunities than a single woman in the world?
I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. What was that?
Is there a single man in the world that has more opportunities than a single woman in the world?
I don't think so, because that's my whole point. Is that women?
You see what I mean? Like either he's trolling or he literally does not deserve, right, the right to vote under my worldview. Dude, don't even talk, Heisenberg. I'm sorry, bro. You have to be trolling, bro. You have to be trolling. Like I just need a minute to like recover from that because like that is actually one of the most wild views I've ever heard in my life. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for leaving. I actually appreciate it. I didn't have to kick you. Thanks to TikTok gods. I appreciate it. That guy was unfucking believable. Thank you so much, TikTok gods. I really appreciate it. All right. Let's go on to the next one. That is unbelievable, chat. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Yo, what's up? How old are you? They give the paper crane.
How old am I?
You seem old enough. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Well, I'm a counselor in my life, and here's the thing. It shouldn't count, but society makes it count because a lot of issues come with.
Only send a guest request if you think it should matter for women but not for men, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
26.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I think the other way around.
Do you think it should matter for women but not for men?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you?
19.
Okay. Why so?
I
What's
feel
your birth
like-
year?
What's my birth year? 2005.
2005. What month?
January.
Appreciate the pinch face. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. So why?
I feel like, okay, can we talk about relationships? Like in relationships?
Sure.
All right, so I feel like in a relationship, it's the woman who's supposed to show her man loyalty and like help cater to him or whatever. And I feel like if she has a high body count, that's just, you can't expect her to be loyal. You can't expect her to value your, you can't expect her
What do you
to
mean by
value-
cater to him?
Like, just help him, support him, and like.
So
if a
do you
man-
have to cater to the person that you're with?
Yeah, you both cater to each other, but I feel like that's more, in a woman.
Okay, so you're saying that basically a woman can't fulfill your
I
needs
mean,
in a
it's
relationship?
mutual. It's mutual. Catering to each other is mutual, but
Okay,
I just wanted to love the
so
woman.
yeah, so my question is do you have a high body count?
No.
No. Okay. So why do you think it should matter for women but not for men? Are you just saying because what reason?
The woman is the prize in a relationship usually. So
And
if
you're
a
not?
woman is just, I mean, a guy to get a girl, he gotta take her on dates. He has to show her that she matters. Give her compliments, all that, everything. I just feel like the woman is the prize, and she should value herself more when it comes to giving her body away and stuff like that.
Why shouldn't you value yourself more?
I feel like it's not about a man valuing himself. It's just the amount of effort. Like a man has to put in more effort to get a woman.
Thank you. No.
I feel like
Really? You really think that's true? Are you trolling?
on average, a man has to put in way more effort to get a woman. than
That's
the other way around.
for a relationship?
Yes.
That's hilarious. Appreciate the hand arts. Thank you so much. You're saying that a woman doesn't have to put effort in finding someone that is even
Yes, they
someone
both
that
put
would
in
be
effort
worthy of
on
being in a
average.
relationship with?
Like usually, a man has to put in more effort to get a woman.
Okay. So what do you mean by get?
All right, so just say you see a woman in a bar that you like. She's probably not going to talk to you. You have to make the first move, ask her, how's the day going, all that. Take her on a date. And if she's interested, she'll call you back. It's not like, usually not a woman sliding on a man is just trying to, bag him. Because it's easier for a woman to get him.
Okay, so if a woman slides in on a man, right, in their DMs, does her body count not matter then? Appreciate the hanging lights, thank you.
How would the guy know her body count? She's just sliding on him.
Dude, I'm asking if her body count should matter if she slides in on other people.
No, not until they get into a relationship, no.
Okay, so then...
If it's just for fun, then the body count doesn't matter,
So body count shouldn't matter. Wait, so why should body count matter in relationships?
Because you want a loyal partner. You don't want a partner that just
okay, people
goes
whose
on.
parents have cheated are less likely to be as loyal, right? Does that mean that you wouldn't be with someone whose parents cheated?
No, that doesn't mean that necessarily.
Okay, so then what's your argument here as to why you think it's bad to have a higher body count?
I just told you, like, it's about, like, a woman valuing herself more.
Okay, well then why don't you have to value yourself more? Why don't men have to? Why don't you hold yourself to the same standard?
Because a woman is a prize in a relationship.
And a man isn't? Why would one be the prize but the other isn't?
Not as much, I feel like.
Why is one a prize but the other isn't?
Because a man should provide for his woman.
A man should provide for... So, again, we both provide things in relationships, right? Both a man and a woman. Did you really just figure that out?
No, I knew that. I always knew it.
Okay, so then what's your point?
I don't know. You're kind of confusing me, bro.
Why do you only put accountability on women?
Accountability can go for both of them. I just feel like it's more so a woman that should have a lower body count because women just, like, all right, say if you're in a relationship with a woman and she cheats on you, she's going around having sex with a bunch of men or whatever. And for a man to cheat, I feel like it's just not an emotional thing. You just want physical, like.
So you think when men cheat, it's not as bad?
No, it's not as bad at all. I feel like.
So if
men should
your
cheat
girl,
as
wait, I have a
much as
question, Nathan. If your girlfriend cheated on you, but she didn't have an emotional connection, are you saying it's not as bad?
It's bad because she's a woman. I feel like.
Yeah, there you go. So it's only bad because she's a woman. You just made the point. That's called misogyny, Nathan. Right?
Not really.
That's prejudice against women. You're saying it matters because she's a woman. That's literally misogyny, by definition. Okay.
All right, bro. I was just trolling. All right, I'm gonna see you later.
All right. Chat, I'm hitting a restart. I can't do it. I'm hitting a restart. Give me a minute, everyone. I'll be right back. I can't do this. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, what's up, everyone joining in? Only send a guest request if you will. If you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. We had no push out on that stream at all. We were like 60% following. So I was right, everyone. I was right. So I had to restart real quick. Appreciate the lock and key. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you have not been here before. Everyone, do tap that screen. Let's run it up to 100,000 likes. Share the live as well, everyone. Do you have a schedule of when you go on live? I appreciate the marvelous confetti. Thank you so much. Not quite yet, but typically during the week, it's going to be around like 12 through 6, somewhere around that time period. And then for the weekends, I will be going like later in the days typically. Because my girlfriend works 12 through 5. I mean, not 12 through 5, 9 through 5. I might actually even start a little bit earlier, even. So we'll see. We'll see. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. We are just looking for some debates. Do tap that screen. Let's run it up to 100,000 likes. When we be doing the God topic again, I probably will do that. Not tomorrow, but the next day. So I'm doing Trump topics, and then in between I do God and this topic and stuff. But yeah, do tap that screen. Let's run it up to 100,000 likes. Share the live as well. Everyone, the high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all.
Sorry, I actually thought you were doing the God topic today.
You're good, don't worry.
Yeah, I'll come back.
Appreciate you. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Tonight, are you going to live with Harry? Probably not. Probably not. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I think women.
You are definitely not old enough. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Absolutely.
And why so?
Real quick, you go to the same university as me. What university you go to? Real quick.
I'm not gonna say because I don't want to dox myself again. And I'm graduated.
I got you. Okay.
Now, at least.
I got you.
I mean, you could be.
You're small, dude.
What's up? I was like, he definitely doesn't go to the same place as me. That's bullshit. I should have asked him what university. Fuck, we should have done that. Only send a guest request if you think that women's body count, high body count should matter, but not men's. We are just looking for some debates. He tried getting you to say it. Oh, that makes sense. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, bro, I'm 27. Actually, we discussed this topic before.
Okay,
I got a new
for sure.
argument.
Oh, you have a new argument? Okay, so what is the argument?
So I know intuitively that it should matter, right? It's just I can't put it into words. But talking with you, right, I've been able
Intuitively, it should matter, you mean?
Yeah, it should matter for women, but not for men.
Okay, but you just can't put it into words?
I just can't put it into words. But now I got a new argument, right?
Go for it.
I believe that a woman gets penetrated spiritually, physically, and mentally. And because of that, right, I think it matters.
Okay, so I don't know how you get penetrated spiritually. How does that happen?
It's like thoughts and words spiritually. It's hard to explain spirituality, right? Because that will differ from person to person.
Wait, and actually, I can just ask you this, right? If a woman particularly goes around and only gets head, does their body count matter? She has like 100 bodies, but they're only like head. Like she just gets head.
Yeah, because she's still performing sex, right?
Wait, but she didn't get penetrated.
Not in the genital area, right? But overall, she did kind of get penetrated.
Nope, no penetration. Only got ate out.
She only got ate out?
Mm-hmm.
By the man, like down there?
Yep.
That's a hard one. I would say kind of, but not as much.
Not as much, but it still matters.
Not as much, but it still matters a little bit.
But the basis for what you said matters is based upon penetration, so. So can you give me the relevant difference between a man and a woman that means that a man isn't spiritually penetrated, but a woman is?
A man is not getting penetrated.
You said spiritually, though. What is spiritual penetration?
Spiritual, it differs from person to person, right? It's basically values and beliefs and everything. I think if a man, once he penetrates a woman, right, then from there on onwards, she ends up following his beliefs and his value system.
Definitely not true.
You don't think so? I think
nope, not at all. Nope.
Have you seen old couples?
Wait. Can you explain to me how that relates to them engaging in penetrative sex rather than them just being around each other?
Have you seen how like old couples tend to agree with one another most of the time?
That would just be associated with the fact that maybe if people have similar values, they're more likely to stay together. That has nothing to do with anything else.
But usually,
what's your point?
Usually the point. Okay, the point is usually it's the old lady that agrees with the old man on every topic, whether it be like politics, whether it be business, and whatever else. I don't know if that's true for you personally, but that's true for me and my personal experience that all the elder couple that I've come across.
Okay, all the elders I've come across did not have those characteristics. Now, how do we determine this? We look at the overall statistics.
Be real with me, okay?
I'm just showing you your anecdotal experience doesn't justify this point.
your anecdotal experience. How about that? All the older
Yeah,
people
no
that you
shit.
come
That's
across,
that's
right?
the whole point I was just making. was
No,
that
but
the
I'm
anecdotal
asking you.
experience doesn't justify one claim over the other. But okay.
I'm asking
off,
you in
King.
your experience. In your experience, have you met these older people who usually, like the woman, that's usually agreed with the older man?
Nope. I know couples that disagree. Actually, my parents disagree.
On minor issues, yeah, but I mean like big topics.
Yeah, on pretty big topics.
Okay, that's probably an exception, right? But it relates back to this point, right? It relates back to
That's an exception. Yeah. So Christians don't date atheists, Muslims, or anyone that disagrees with them on the existence of God.
No, they do.
They don't
could
have disagreements in terms of their even denominations.
They do, yeah. They do,
okay.
for
So
sure.
that's a difference in values.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true, but that's just like in one aspect. I'm talking about the overall, the whole. I'm talking about everything else in life as well.
What's your point?
My point is, right, that's why I think body count matters for women, but not for men.
I didn't get the relevant difference between women and men. That means that men are not spiritually penetrated, but women are.
Men are not spiritually penetrated.
How?
Like, look at the old days, right?
Doesn't the Lord spiritually penetrate you? He penetrates right into your body.
Yeah, that's
He comes right inside of you.
That's metaphorical. That's God. That's different.
Good enough for me.
Yeah, but we're talking about this.
So as
We're
long as
talking
you
about-
admit that God comes right inside of you and penetrates you, it's fine.
No, like we're not talking about it like that, right?
What are you talking about? That's what you said.
We're talking about like you accepting him into your heart, right? That's a different kind of penetration, right?
Yeah, accept him right inside of you. Accept him while he penetrates you.
Yeah, so going back to this, right? Going back to this. I just think that penetration, that it does intuitively put me off when I know like a woman's been penetrated many times. And I think a woman feels the same, okay? Like, say if a guy were bisexual, and if a woman were to ask that guy if he's been penetrated many times by a guy, I think she will be put off by that guy that has been penetrated by other guys.
Want to know why?
She will actually find a guy.
Homophobia.
No, I don't think it's that. She will actually
No,
find
that's
the guy.
that's
who's
literally what it
straight.
is. It's homophobia.
I don't know how to put it into an argument form, right? But I think the act of penetration is where the difference is. That's where the crucial difference is why it should matter for women, but not for men.
Wait, but you didn't give me any actual reason because you literally said it should matter more for women who only get head and they didn't get penetrated.
No, that's why I like talking to you, right? Because each time I talk to you, I end up making my arguments better. But I will come back
Well,
to you, right?
you're gonna come back and you're gonna realize every single time you come back that each view gets debunked.
No,
That's what's gonna happen.
each time I come back, right, my arguments get better. And eventually, I'm eventually going to get you because, like, intuitively,
Okay, buddy.
I know-
We'll wait
I
for
know
it.
what
We'll
matters
see.
for
Let's see if you can justify the hypocrisy.
All right, bro. You can move on to another person.
All right, for sure. All right, everyone. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Brooks got you. I didn't even debate Brooks. Yo, it's a pal to you. They think I'm Dean. Like, I'm sorry, but so many people think I'm Dean. You know, maybe he is a Parker Cologne, chat. Yo, it's a pal to you.
24.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
No.
Based. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Yo, it's a pal to you.
Yo, how's it going? 25.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
I feel like it should work both ways.
It should matter both ways?
Yeah, man.
Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Yo, it's a pal to you.
Oh, I'm 18.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Oh wait, yeah. I mean, I believe like women cannot have a high body count, but men, yeah, they're acceptable to it.
Okay, so why do you think it should matter for women, but not for men?
Because women are supposed to be the prize of the relationship. Women are supposed to be like a rarity. Like when I want a woman, I don't.
Did you know there are more women than men?
Okay, like I
How
said,
can something be a rarity if it's more likely to occur?
Are you going to talk over me? Or are you going to let me explain?
Well, I mean, if you say that women are a rarity, yet there are more women in the world than men.
I want my woman to be a rarity. Like I do not want her to be easily accessible. Like what?
Oh, so monogamous?
Monogamous? What does that mean?
Monogamous?
What does that mean?
You just with each other?
Well, like I don't want
sexually
her to be accessible.
And emotionally.
Huh? What's he talking about?
Monogamy is when you're sexually and emotionally with one person.
Well, I'm not saying with one person. I just said I don't want her to be easily accessible. That's not one person.
Wait, so why is it okay for you to be easily accessible?
I said it's well, because I'm not the prize in a relationship. Let me say that.
What is a prize?
The person who gets treated well. Like I'm not gonna treat someone well.
So you don't expect it to be treated well in a relationship?
No, because I'm a man. I'm supposed to be the provider.
I'm sorry, but as a man, why do you have no expectation to be treated well?
I mean, like I'm just not expected to. I'm not saying I'm impossible to be treated well, but I'm not expected to be treated well.
Why not?
Shoot, who knows? I just don't.
Do you not value yourself or something?
I'm not to be treated. I'm the treater.
What are you talking about? You don't want anything. You don't want your partner to like help you out or validate you or like work with you on things or
that's not being
be there for you.
That's not being treated.
That is. Like what is being treated?
Like obtaining something that's higher than normal, like that's above average.
Okay, so you just want the average.
Shoot, as long as it's not bad.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, as long as she isn't just like being a bad girlfriend. I don't know. That's bad.
Okay. Well, I mean, isn't that the same thing that she would apply to you? Okay. So, you know, it could be, listen, you know, it could be within the context of being a bad boyfriend.
What?
Not acknowledging when you're wrong or being hypocritical.
Okay. How am I being hypocritical?
You're saying it should matter for women, but not for men without reason.
I just gave you a reason.
And that what reason was that? You just restated.
That women should not be easily accessible.
Yeah, that's just you're presupposing the notion, right? Why should women, right, be less accessible than men? What's the reason?
Well, they're the prize. Like you shouldn't be one.
They're the prize. Why should a woman be a prize and not a man?
Because you should not want to give your body to anyone as a woman.
Why not as a man?
Because in order for a woman's virginity is like, not virginity, but a woman having sex, you should only be having sex with someone you love, like.
And you shouldn't?
I should, but.
Okay, no. So then if you should only have intercourse with people that you love, well then how is it different between men and women?
You know what? You're right. You're right. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. You're right.
Are you still gonna believe the same thing whenever you leave?
It's like when I first read I only read the first part. I didn't read the entire thing. Like I thought you were just defending women having a high body count in general. Like once I got on you, it was like not for men. I was confused. You got it, bro. I'm just not reading the question. You got it, bro.
What's up? How old are you?
Yo, what's up? 23.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Listen, okay. Let's say, let me just give an example here, okay? So, you look at a guy like Genghis Khan, right? What do you think his body count was?
Dude, I'm asking you, do you think it should matter for women but not for men?
No, I'm asking, I'll tell you.
If you don't answer my question, I literally will go on to the next person. I don't give a flying fuck.
Oh, okay.
You have about 5 seconds. Later, buddy. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What's up?
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
No, I don't think it matters.
Nice. chat, this isn't savage. This is called enforcing boundaries. Yo, what's up? How old are you? What? That was a minor. Wow, Parker has boundaries. So bad. So bad. Parker boundaries. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh, okay. All right, let's get this next person up, everyone. Please only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Spicy Parker for enforcing his boundaries. Yo,
I do not think a high body count matters.
What was that? Chat, do I have to end the live? What just happened? What just happened? I didn't even see anything. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just trying to make sure that there was... Dude, I don't know. I thought they were like saying some or showing some weird stuff. I just immediately kicked them. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 33.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yes, it does.
No, do you think it should matter for women but not for men?
Yeah, it should matter.
Okay, why so?
Okay, because like I have this analogy, right? When a lock can be opened by many keys, it's useless. But when a key can open many locks, it's a master key.
Wait, so why is a man a key and a woman a lock?
It's a hole, right? So a hole, right? The analogy is that the lock is the hole, right?
Okay. So like, if I sharpen a pencil many times, that pencil becomes smaller, right? So it's not as good as a pencil that hasn't been sharpened that much, right?
Sure. You can use that analogy, right? But
yeah. So does your pencil get smaller when you use it?
When I use it, yeah, of course, with time, yes.
Really? It's gotten smaller?
Yeah. Yeah, with time, like with your analogy, right? If I use the pencil,
I'm telling you, for me, it doesn't get smaller.
No, because you still have to sharpen it, right? To get the extra pencil. So you keep up to sharpen it all the time. Right?
Yeah, man.
Until it gets small.
Okay, he didn't get it. Okay, right. Does your member become smaller when you use it more?
Oh, okay. The analogy is the pencil is my member. Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
I'm sorry about Hey, man, it's not a pencil. Excuse me. It's way bigger than that. But anyway, that's besides the point.
You understand the point, right? It's one thing that goes into another, right? So like a pencil gets smaller more times you use it. You don't think that your member gets smaller, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you don't.
For me, I was just trying to say like society, right? With my point, I was trying to drive to the fact that society, what is there right now, right? Because if we see a woman, because we have this thing that women have like a lot of value more than us men, right? So because they're high maintenance, they carry themselves, right? I know it can go to another topic that men and women are different.
You said women are high maintenance. Is that your view?
Yes. They're high maintenance. Right?
Wait, so let's just make it clear here. You're saying women are higher maintenance than men?
Yes.
Really? And what makes you think that?
In fact, let me put it this way clearly. Women and children, they're of high maintenance than men, right? They have to be taken care of. They have to be
you're just
protected,
reinstating
right?
the claim again. I'm asking you why. Why are women of higher maintenance than men?
Yeah, because they are, to me, like they have like if I can say like a lot of I don't want to say like responsibility. They have like a lot of challenges. Like they're the ones who carry the child. They go through a lot of things. Like the female.
So,
it's
so
like,
if a
I'm trying to
woman
say,
is
like, female
infertile,
maintenance,
wait, I
right?
have a question. I have a question. So if a woman is infertile or never gets pregnant, you're saying that then they aren't of higher maintenance.
No. I'm saying like I don't know, to maintain themselves, right? Like to go see the gist and all those things, right? It's like they have like a lot of things to take care of in their body, right?
So there's physical
when
maintenance.
you have like a lot of when you have like a lot of penetration all the time from this person, like their value and the maintenance becomes, I don't know, you can't respect that, right?
Why does the value reduce?
One person.
Kelly, why does the value reduce? Lindsay, thank you for the $6.66.
because-
Thank you, Lindsay. Oh, Kelly, you there, bud? Do you go to the doctor, Kelly?
Sorry. I got a call. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, do you go to the doctor?
Yeah, you asked the question? No, I don't. You see, I don't. I don't know. By the way, is there a doctor for penises, right? Is there a doctor for penises?
Yeah. So what you're just saying is that women take care of themselves more than men. You're not saying
Exactly.
that like women
Why?
like have to do more maintenance. You're just saying that men don't take care of themselves.
No, no. The question is, why do they take care of themselves a lot? Why is it that they have to go see the gynecologist for checkup down there and everything, right?
Because women have better hygiene and health, like care more about health than men do.
Exactly, and then it needs to be maintained. So if you have all
wait,
kinds of men
why shouldn't you
entering
say that men should care about themselves and do what makes them healthier?
No, it's because if is it safe to say on TikTok like having sex, right? Is it safe or it's not? I should use another term.
You can say that.
Okay, cool. Right, I don't want to to be banned. Okay, so if I have sex with a lot of women, right? I don't feel the need, or it's not advised that I should go and, I don't know, do some cleanup in my downstairs or whatever, because I
Yes, it
use
is.
maybe a condom.
You should get tested, right? You should engage in hygiene.
Like I'm saying, clean
every
up.
single day. You should be engaging in hygiene. Apparently, you didn't know that.
Is there like a Vagisil? You know what a Vagisil is, right? A Vagisil.
Huh?
A Vagisil. It's like a cream that you put women put in their vaginas to clean themselves, right? Men, we don't have those things.
That's not for
because we don't
cleaning.
need it.
But isn't that for like yeast infections or something? Christina, thank you for $5. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the correction. Okay, yeah, sure. See, for them, they're easily affected by these things, right? And we don't want to encourage them to be more infected by sleeping with a lot of men, right? For us, it's rare for us to get this thing.
Yeah, so instead of sleeping, so if you want women to have less STDs, women should engage in sex with other women rather than engaging in sex with men like you.
I would totally support that, right? I would totally support that.
So women shouldn't have sex with you.
But no. Wait, I'm saying I would totally support that, but that's not.
Yeah, I totally support that. Wait, I think all women will unanimously support that. Women shouldn't have sex with you, right? It's so real, dude.
Yeah. I would support that, right?
Spot on.
Yeah, I would support that because, as a fact, is men, we have a lot of sex with a lot of women, right? So I wouldn't want.
But you said none of those women should have sex with you. So do you like apologize to them because they did something wrong? They had sex with you. Do you apologize? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, no. What I would say, Parker, is I'm sorry for any woman that I gave an infection to because I was like all over the place with other women, right? They need to be protected more, and they need to just choose one person to avoid all this kind of shenanigans, right? So that's why I go back to my point is.
So you just again agree with me that you should, right? You should be ignored, right? Women should sleep with you, and you don't get tested, Kelly. You don't get tested.
I do get tested every month, right?
Okay, so
get
you
tested.
do maintenance.
Yeah, like I check myself for if I have. If I don't even check for STIs, I check for STDs, right? Because I don't know, it's rare for me to get STIs, but it's really high for me to get an STD.
So
right?
why do you
So
want to
for
engage?
women-
Yo, I appreciate the Tundra. Thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate it. Why don't you take the most precautions to keep people safe if you're going to be engaging like that? Maze, thank you for the $5 on Cash App.
I use condoms, but also condoms, I don't know, they affect women in another way, right? They can be allergic to whatever is there on the condom. So there are a lot of things that affect women with all these things, right?
So you
it's
want to
better
know
for them
something
to avoid
crazy,
them.
Kelly? You want to know something crazy?
Yeah.
You
Yeah, sure.
establish
I'm
boundaries
really
before
educated.
to know that they, know what type of contraception you're going to use.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also latex-free condoms.
Okay, good, but still, it's me addressing that whatever. But it won't really solve the big issue where they'll be affected or they might make a mistake. There's a high chance for them to be affected by these things than men, right? So let's just protect them. Let them just choose one person. And that's it. And they should not have like a lot of body count and go and
neither should you, right? Neither should you, right? Wait. So if you care about reducing the likelihood of women having STDs, why don't you care about men reducing their STDs? You should only engage with one person because that would reduce your likelihood of STDs, right?
Not really. That's why I go back to my point where it's rare for men to get these infections, right?
No, it's
the
not.
Vaginal
No,
infections
no, it's not.
Are so. No, vaginal
It's not
infections are
no.
so.
It is not. It
They're
is
so
not
much.
rare
Like,
for men to get STDs.
Too much.
What?
Yeah, sure. STDs, yeah, not forever, but infections affect women more. There are a lot of things, a lot of infections that really affect women than men, right? That's why my point.
So in order to protect women, you shouldn't engage in sex with a lot of different women without knowing whether or not you're going to transmit things, because you could be a carrier of a disease that could be negatively impactful for them. So why would they be responsible for something that you're apparently causing here?
I could not be the one. I could not be the one causing it, right? But still,
well, could you be the carrier, right?
Sure. I'm saying I'm trying to personalize it with me, but I'm just saying as men, right? There are a lot of men. There's already a stereotype, and there's also like we're encouraged, and there's this social culture like we need to sleep with a lot of women to show that we're kind of higher on the food chain or whatever. So there's that thing, right? So for them to protect themselves against that, it's a fact. It's already there. We can try as much as possible to try and stop it, to reduce it, but it's a fact. It's there, right? So the best way is for them just to minimize having as much body count until the problem is fixed.
What does higher on the food chain mean, bro? Like, dude, what are you talking about, bro?
Oh, okay. Maybe I said it wrongly, but there's this stereotype, like if a guy like sleeps with this woman and this woman is considered like, wow, this guy is a baller, he's the guy, something like that. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I think that's your own interpretation of this. I don't think everyone else views it that way.
I didn't say everyone else. I said it's a stereotype.
Okay, does that mean we should abide by that?
High school, I'm sure.
Kelly,
high school,
does that mean we should abide by that?
No, I'm saying it's a fact that is there on ground, right? So it's something that encourages men, right? Even especially the young men to go and have like a lot of girlfriends or a lot of girls, right? Because of that stereotype, right? You're seen. Yeah,
but you shouldn't. But you shouldn't uphold that stereotype,
I know
right?
You shouldn't. I was a nerd.
So it should matter for men, right?
What?
So a high body count should matter for men.
No, I'm saying it's a fact that it's there. It matters for men now, because it's like a stereotype. It's there because
Here, Kelly, can I ask you this question instead? Right? Should if a man has a 500 body count and a woman has a body count of 1, whose body count matters more under your view?
I think it would be the woman. because you get sorry. Oh, hold on. It's because if a woman if a woman has one body count, wow, that's to me that's impressive.
Okay, let's take this. A man
I
has
respect
it.
her more.
We've got Johnny Sins. He's got a body count of 10,000. Does his body count matter more or less than a woman who has a body count of 1?
Yeah, the woman with the body count of 1 is quite impressive. The one for a man having like a 500, it's
what matters
common
more?
thing,
What
you know?
matters more? A woman with a 1 body count or a man with a 10,000 body count?
Yeah, to me, what matters more is a woman with 1 body count. Because wait, hold on. Because Parker.
No
Parker,
fucking way, bro.
Come back here. Calm down.
I can't,
Calm
bro.
down.
That's just
Calm
so
here.
crazy, dude.
Bring your face back here, Parker. Calm down. Relax.
Dude, you're actually arguing that a man's body count of 10,000 matters less than a woman's body count of fucking 1, bro. That's so crazy.
This is why. No,
That's
this is
so
why.
crazy.
This is why. And this is why, because as a guy, right, I've seen this a lot where a lot of guys, plus also in movies, these superstars, even I used to believe.
Oh, he's cutting out. He's muted. I think God said, please stop.
Sorry. I'm getting a call. I was getting a call.
Dude, this is crazy, bro. This is so crazy. I can't even fathom him saying body count matters for women, but a man's 10,000 body count matters literally less than a woman with a 1 body count. Literally, he's saying that a man with a 10,000 body count, his body count matters less than his future wife. That's what he's saying. That's literally what he's saying. Because if his future wife was only with him, she would have a 1 body count. That's so insane.
Yeah, Parker, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. Someone is calling me like so bad. Anyway,
all right, go answer them. I'm done with you today anyway. I can't, bro. I can't, dude. That's just such a wild view, bro. That's such a wild view. I'm gonna start running that on people. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
34.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I do.
Yeah, why so?
First, I just want to say that last guy, I think he was just kind of maybe misunderstanding how he was saying things. Like, I think he was trying to say that last point that he would be more impressed with a woman with only a body count of 1 because that's more respectable than a man who's slept with 10,000 people. But I don't know. Maybe I misinterpreted
I'm pretty
that.
sure that's what not what he was saying. But so then I'll just ask you the question again. Why do you think it should matter more for women comparative to men?
Okay, so do you believe testosterone is a sex hormone?
Sure, yeah. Could be.
And it's higher levels in men?
Yeah.
So if that's driving sexual activity from a biological standpoint, and a woman has a higher count than a man, isn't there something that's a little bit off? That's not like...
Wait, here, I have a question. When you say sex hormone, are you saying that women don't have it, or are you saying that they just have it at lesser rates?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm saying there's a variance there. I'm not saying they don't have it.
Okay.
And I would also say that...
So what was your point of that? Testosterone? What about testosterone?
I just think that can maybe be a sign of not your typical behavior. I'm not necessarily like... I don't know if I should say this on TikTok, like trying to slut shame or anything. I just trying to argue from a biological standpoint. I think higher body count for a woman can indicate certain things.
Like what?
So you don't think there's any difference?
Between a man and a woman? No.
So let me ask you this question. If a teacher were to have sexual activity with a student of theirs underage, there would be no difference whether it was man or woman for you.
Yeah, it's literally grape either way.
Yes, and it's because that's really not your typical behavior, right?
What? Wait. Are you saying it's not grape if it's a woman who's a teacher?
I would say personally that's not right either way.
Okay, so then what's your point?
So I'm trying to make the point here that you can argue from a biological standpoint that a woman typically shouldn't be more sexually active than a man.
You could argue from a biological standpoint that a woman should be more sexually active than a man.
Okay, and can you tell me about that point? Because I guess maybe I'm just not as educated on that side.
Yeah, you could use the same point that you're using. You could also use the evolutionary argument, right, for the most likelihood in order to be able to reproduce, right? There are plenty of things that you could run down. What would be the one that you run? I could also just turn the one you are referencing back on you.
So I guess would you say that's from like an estrogen standpoint then, biologically speaking?
What's up?
When you're talking, because I guess maybe I'm misunderstanding this too. So anybody feel free to correct me, but I would say that would be from a reproductive standpoint. If you were to make the argument that it's important for a woman to be more sexually active, then you could be using estrogen in comparison to me using testosterone for a man.
Why does the difference with testosterone and estrogen mean that it should matter for women but not for men?
I think that question up there is a little gray here, and I'm trying to argue from a biological standpoint. I
understand that, but why does the testosterone at a higher level mean that it should matter less for a man comparative to a woman?
I guess I believe that in a sense drives sexual activity higher than what estrogen or T levels in a woman would.
Let's say that a man has higher sexual activity than a woman, which you don't have evidence for, right? Because different types of hormones will produce different levels of sexual activity. I would ask, in a scenario where a woman's is higher than yours, right? Their drive, does that mean that their body count matters less?
I would say it matters more in a sense of what you're looking for.
Okay, so then it's not about how high your drive is. So then what's your true point that is the reason why it should matter for women but not for men?
So again, I think this is a general question up above. That's just one of the points I would try arguing. I can't really counter your argument there. Because again, that would be kind of personal opinion based. But what I'm trying to get at, when you start with that biological base, generally speaking, if a woman is more sexually active than a man, there's usually other red flags that follow along. Now, the argument you're making is that doesn't always indicate that, and I get
No,
that.
I'm saying what's the relevant difference that makes them more likely to happen with women compared to men, and what particular red flags are you mentioning? Mark, thank you for the $5 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Mark.
Honestly, I'm trying to think through a really good point I can make right now, but now that I'm really trying to weigh it out, it's hard to make because the point I'm making with a male anatomy too, higher testosterone levels doesn't technically disqualify you of immoral behavior. I'm just, again, generally speaking, I think there is a case there for it.
What's the case? I'm asking for something that indicates that.
Men are generally more sexually active. It's kind of like
so in the case in which a woman was sexually active, so if women are more sexually active, does their body count not matter as much?
So let me speak here real quick to the last guy in the point he started off trying to make. And again, I think there's a little bit of a language barrier, which I myself can speak to because I'm not very well versed in other languages. So I can be ignorant at times when making debates with other people. But the lock and key, I think this kind of draws to the biological standpoint where if a male is generally speaking going to be more sexually active, then there would be a relevance to a woman being
Lindsay, thank you
more,
for the $5. Thank you. Absolutely not.
because a woman, is generally speaking, from a biological standpoint, that lock, where they're a little bit more tame from a sexual standpoint, a deviant.
What do you mean by tame? And why does tame equal lock?
Okay, so you think in today's age, generally speaking, women are more sexually active than men? That's your argument.
No, I'm not making an argument that anyone's more sexually active than anyone.
Okay.
What are you saying?
So there's no difference in your mind there?
In drives?
Yeah.
I have no reason to indicate a difference in the level of drive. But I'm just saying, even if it was the case that that's true, I could find particular scenarios where women have higher drives than men, and you wouldn't say that their body counts matter less than the men's. Like,
No, it would just maybe be one argument to the other side.
no, what? You'd be special pleading.
I'm not saying that you couldn't make that case, that you're pleading as well. I'm just saying there are cases where if a woman is more sexually active than a man, it can be an indication that there's something off there.
What's off?
Biologically speaking,
Biologically speaking, what's off?
psychologically speaking, there's
Psychologically speaking, what's
there.
off?
I mean, again, it would be more of a case by case thing.
Well, give me
It's
a
hard
single
to-
case.
I guess I should have brainstormed this a little bit more before I came in here now.
Maybe.
So I guess just to make a little bit lighter, and maybe this won't be a light joke, but one of the things you brought up to the last guy, I'll try to think of a case while I'm speaking as well. You said,
Maze, thank you for the dollar.
what generally happens to your stick the more you use it?
Dude, I was just showing how the lock and key doesn't make sense because you can't demonstrate the lock to be the woman and the key to be the man. And the way that they do so is by saying thing into thing, right? And that same thing happens with pencils and sharpeners.
Yeah, no, I found that humorous, honestly, trying to make some more humor out of it. But I think most men would try to brag that it gets larger the more you use it, right?
What?
Is it the same with the female anatomy?
Oh, what evidence indicates that?
Oh, it doesn't. I thought that's what you were saying earlier.
No.
My bad.
Ashley, I appreciate the $5 on Cash App. Thank you so much. Okay. What are you trying to say?
Oh, no, I was trying to crack humor there. I misunderstood, so that wouldn't have been a good joke.
Okay. Thank you for the little crown. Thank you so much, Atlantic.
All right.
You got anything else you want to talk about before we go on to the next person? Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to make my argument.
Okay. Let's get the next person. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, what's up? How you doing, Parker?
Great. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men? Thank you for the massage. Thank you.
So we're just looking for debates.
Yeah.
Oh, I might be in the wrong group then.
You're good. Appreciate
no,
you.
I was gonna.
Appreciate you. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. Devin, thank you so much for the $1. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it, y'all. I will be doing more lives where I do just do Q&As and stuff. So if you want to join up, ask me questions and whatnot, I'm going to be starting doing stuff like that. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 15, man. I didn't even mean to be in here.
All right. Next person. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 35.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
I think a high body count should matter for both. It's very important.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 20.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
I I wouldn't say like black and white like that. I think that one matters more than the other.
Okay. Someone said I only accept men. No, that's just the majority of people who send guest requests. So yeah, what's the reason why it matters more for women comparative to men?
Well, I would just kind of say like, for the most part, I would say obviously like sex is a consensual thing with two people, obviously. But for the most part, women are kind of the gatekeepers to sex. Like, as in, say, like if a man went out in public and asked like 100 women, just like out of nowhere, like if they wanted to have sex with them or sleep with them, most of them would probably say no. But if you flip that, most men would probably agree with the woman. I'm just saying that it's easier to access for women. So I think that's why it's looked at in a different way. Like a woman can get sex a lot easier than a man can in most cases, I think.
Yeah. Do you think you have an easier chance than the average woman?
Do you think I personally have an easier chance than that?
Yeah, I'm just asking you, do you think as yourself that you have an easier time getting with people than the average woman?
No, that's what my point was. I think that as a woman, you can access.
Okay. So then I'll just ask this question. Do you know who Vinny Hacker is?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so he has more opportunities than the average woman, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I think any famous person would.
Mm-hmm. And so should his body count matter more given it's the same level as the average woman?
Well, I think that's kind of an unfair question comparing one famous person to like a whole population of women, you know?
No, the reason why we're comparing that is because they have more opportunities, yet you don't apply this idea that it should matter more for them comparative to other people. So even though it's easier to access, right, it doesn't matter more for them. So this is a standard you apply to women, but not to men.
No, well, I didn't agree or disagree. I'm just saying I think using an outlier an outlier like that is just kind of a little bit unfair.
Really, like for example, if you're trying to like
that doesn't reflect to like the general population.
Oh, really? So like for example, if you're building a school and someone brings up an outlier of, should we build the school in such a manner in which we would reduce the possible deaths of this if there was a school unaliver?
But that's such a rare thing to occur. Why would we talk about something in which has such a low statistical probability to occur?
I don't understand why you're trying to be rude or like.
I'm not trying to be rude. I was just making an argument, but okay.
That's fair. I mean, I just like, I'm being respectful, so, I just want the same back, And I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for Vinny Hacker. I think that if you have a high body count either way, like that's not good. Like, I just think that since on average it's easier for a woman to access sex, that like accessing it more often just isn't like it's looked down upon.
Okay, just because it's looked down upon doesn't mean it should be.
Well, yeah, that is true, but I'm saying that like that's just I don't know. That makes sense to me. If you can, I don't know. That's hard to explain.
So again, it's okay for you to be rude to women and to apply double standards to them, but it's not okay for me to like make an argument.
No. Wait, who have I been rude to? What do you mean?
You're arguing a standard. You're literally arguing for prejudice against women. You like, I'll give you the reason why. Because it's a preconceived standard that you apply to women and not men without reason.
No, I mean, if a guy has a high body count, I think that's nasty. I think a high body count is nasty either way. I'm saying that it's, I guess, I couldn't pinpoint it to an exact number at either way, which would be kind of nasty. But I do think that there is just a little bit of a difference. I don't think it's as big as you may think. I believe it is.
Wait, I'm asking you, why should there be a difference in the way? Why should women be looked at in a more negative context than a man for the same body count? Think of it, Andar.
Because the access is different.
No, that's not. You don't hold that because in the case in which Vinny Hacker has more access than the average woman, if they have the same body count, you don't think that it matters more for him comparative to them.
Well, if they have the same body count, then it's the same. I mean,
no, because he has more opportunities. Remember?
Well,
yo, Georgia Gal, thank you so much for the motorcycle. Can we get a W, Georgia Gal, in the chat? Thank you so much, Georgia Gal. I appreciate it as always. Thank you so much.
Cool bike. I like that bike. What was your question?
What's your birth year, by the way?
My birth year? 2004.
Yeah, and what month?
April 6th.
And how old did you say you are?
20. I'm in college. I'm not lying about my age.
Your birthday is one day before mine. That's crazy, bro.
Really? Hey, Aries. Okay,
Nice, nice. Yeah, for some reason people think you're below 18, but it seems like you're fine.
Yeah. Well, I will say I definitely look young. I did not say 21. Jenna, sorry.
Okay. Well, so what was your argument again? Go back to it. Sorry.
I don't remember the last thing we said when the motorcycle came up. I'm also not saying it's negative, like necessarily like I don't support slut shaming. Obviously, everyone like has like their own right to do with whatever they want with their own body. You know what I mean? I just think that. Well, I'm kind of just saying I understand the reason people see it different, and it's kind of up to like a personal basis on which side they stand with. But I think a lot of the people, like the guy before me was tripping, and the guy before that guy was also tripping. Like, I will say that.
Yeah, but I mean, so are you. You said that Vinny Hacker's body count doesn't matter as much as the.
Out here sleeping with like 500 women like that. I mean,
Yeah, no, if Vinny Hacker had 4 bodies and the average woman had 4 bodies, you're saying his body count should be looked at in a more negative context.
Well, I don't think 4 is negative on either side. 4 isn't like a high body count.
Okay, 40 and 40. You think it should matter more for the average woman than for Vinny Hacker, right?
I'm getting stuck on this because I'm kind of like what do you mean by like matter? Like it's negative? Like looked at? Like what do you mean?
Yeah.
If Vinny Hacker had 40 and a normal woman had 40, well, I don't know. I'm still kind of stuck on using like a celebrity or like somebody famous like to compare it to like a normal person, you know. I'm talking about like
I don't Dinky, I mean, totally honestly, I don't know why.
Well,
Why?
Because I'm not sitting here saying that like I'm speaking about like a general population, like an average man and an average woman.
Yeah, but I'm showing you that the reasoning you apply in general circumstances doesn't apply here, and I'm asking you, what reason is that? Because if you don't have a reason, well, then this will be special pleading.
Well, yeah, obviously that doesn't apply to a general circumstance because Vinny Hacker is a famous person. That's not general. That's why that doesn't apply.
Okay, so again, but you're not using the same reasoning. So then the reasoning is not universally applicable. If the reasoning is not universally applicable, you are literally just arguing in this scenario that your special pleading, because you're not providing a relevant difference between the two as to why it applies in one scenario but not the other. The reasoning.
Yeah, the access is the reasoning.
No, it's not, because I just showed you with Vinny Hacker, the access doesn't matter as much.
Well, yeah, because you like I just said, you're using somebody who is not. I'm talking about two, like a normal man and a normal woman. It's easier for a woman to have sex.
Yeah, I understand, but the reasoning you use in that scenario, you dispute in the other scenario, and you don't give the relevant difference to indicate why you do so. Appreciate the cap, thank you.
Okay, well, I guess we just disagree, which is fine.
Right.
Obviously, everyone has free will over their own body. Everyone have a nice day.
Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men. Kathy, thank you for the $5 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Kathy. I really appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, what's up, man?
How old are you?
20.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I think it should matter for both.
Equally?
Equally, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, when my daughter...
Of course he's going to bring up his daughter, bro. Just, what the fuck? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Parker, I like where you're going with this. I'm a 40-year-old dude. I see that you're talking to a lot of 20-year-old non-experienced people. I do also agree with it should matter, but both people need to take accountability.
Based. I appreciate you, man. I am going to go into the next person. I am only looking for people who think that it should matter for women but not for men. But I do appreciate you. I do appreciate you a lot. Let's go on to the next individual, y'all. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 36.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Oh, papi. Oh, papi, chupin you. Give me pesos. Give me pesos right now, Parker.
Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Yo, what's up, how old are you? You seem old enough. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And why is that?
Because when you say like, oh, if a girl has like a body count of 40, that's not nice, isn't it? But if a guy has a body count of 40, the girls gonna say he know how to use that properly. You know what I'm trying to say?
No. Now give me the reason as to why it should matter for women, but not for men.
In society, women are still seen as it's just weird. It's just weird. I feel like it's just society. I feel like women shouldn't really have a high body count. It's just.
So
it's just
you've got no reasoning. You just say it because society. Well, I could say because society, right? I think that what you're saying is like since what you're saying is bad, right? No one should interact with you because society thinks they shouldn't interact with you. Like what? Give me a reason. Appreciate the Henry.
Hold on. Sorry, this porcupine's in my way. Okay. Anyways, back to business. Yeah, like I said, it's just I don't know. For me, I wouldn't want my girl to have a high booty count. It's just I mean, hey, if I'm trying to have fun, I don't care what you got. You could have a trillion. You get me? You could have.
Okay, wait. Why does it not matter in that scenario?
Oh, because I'm just trying to have fun. If it's for my girl, I don't know. I don't want people thinking, oh, I fucked your girl.
Okay, so if no one thought that, so if no one thought that, and she had a trillion body count, would it matter to you?
You want me to be honest, Parker? I came here for attention. I would give a fuck about both body counts for women and men. Like, what the fuck? Shout out.
Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I wanted to join because that last guy was so dumb. So I'm so sorry. I just wanted to tell him off. But
You're good. Don't worry.
pick me
Appreciate
off.
you coming up. Thank you so much. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. Finn, I appreciate it as always. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hold on, can you give me a second? Hold on.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
2004.
Yeah, that's not
May
possible.
22nd.
Not possible. Yo, what's up? How old
Do
are you?
we have to have conflict? Is that necessary ever?
This is called a debate, ma'am? Like, are you saying we shouldn't debate? Are you saying that you don't have conversations about what you like and what you don't like in relationships? Like, whether it be friendships, relationships with a significant other, or your, like, parents or family? You have disagreements, you have conversations about those disagreements, right? That's how you move past them. That's how you work forward and build strong relationships, right? Okay. Okay. Like, all right. Okay. They're like, oh, we shouldn't change society. We should just be together. Like, what? Okay. In order to come together as a society, we have to change it. We have to have conversation. Like, I don't know how we could do anything in society without, doing that. But okay. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, I'm actually like 40.
I'm sorry. I have no clue what you just said. You are in the bottom of the ocean. That mic was criminal. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. Under the sea. Everything is better, and when everything is wetter, under the sea. Okay, Okay,
Hello?
Oh, it added you as soon as I disconnected you. I'm sorry. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I think in most scenarios it should, except for when, you used against that one guy with the famous dude. And
What birth year, by the way?
05.
05? What month?
November 6th.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you said you don't apply in that scenario, and what would be the reason?
Well, because you said, or that other guy, I think his name was Dinky, he was arguing with the accessibility, like women are more able to access and get a higher body count than most men. And the same thing with that famous dude you were saying, I think they should both be held accountable. That's when it would be even.
Wait, so I'm just asking, what would be the reason as to why it would apply in one scenario but not the other?
Because it's easier for women in most cases than men to get a higher body count.
So that means even in the cases in which it's not applicable, it still applies?
No, I don't think so, because how you said the famous guy, I don't know who you said, I don't remember. I think then it would be even,
Savannah, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Even though he has more opportunities than the average woman, so that's a special pleading.
Yeah, because that's a special case.
Yeah, special pleading is a logical fallacy.
Explain.
Yeah, so essentially, you're taking a principle. You're saying the reason why it should matter more for women comparative to men is because, right? It's easier to access. I give you a scenario where it's easier to access for a man. You say, I don't want to apply in that scenario.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah,
all right, so
exactly. That's a special pleading. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much.
All right, so what I mean is, if it would be viewed negatively for the average woman to have a higher body count than men, and you apply that.
No, the same body count. Yeah, high body count matter differently for men and women. High body count would be same for men and women. I'm not saying women higher than men.
Okay, I don't really understand what you're saying, but what I'm meaning is...
This isn't rocket science. Why should a high body count matter more for women comparative to men?
Because it's more accessible, or it's more easier for the general woman, for most women, is what I'm saying.
Okay, but I can give you a scenario where that's not true, and you never provided a relevant difference between these scenarios as to why you apply it in one scenario and not the other.
All right, well, what I'm trying to get at, what I'm trying to say is, for an average, okay, I'm going to go back, stay with me. So for an average woman and for an average man, it's easier for the women. But when, you said, okay, I don't know why people are saying I'm 17, but whatever. I'm kind of stuck, not gonna lie. Can you restate what you said? My fault. I'm reading chat.
Why should a high body count matter for women but not for men? You say, what do you say? You say accessibility. I give you a scenario where men have more accessibility than women, and you say it's different. I ask you, what's the relevant difference?
Bro, I'm lost. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why do you say that it matters in one scenario, given greater access, but not another?
Okay, I say it matters in the scenario of a normal person because there's more access for a woman than a man in most cases. When you bring up the case where there's more access for a man than most women, I say, okay, then I put more responsibility on the man that has more access in that scenario, is what I'm saying.
So when you just say most women, I'm giving you a scenario where this isn't true.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying in most cases it matters, but in that case, I don't think, I think there's an even playing field in that case that you brought up. I don't understand. I don't understand if I'm not making sense or if I am, but what I'm saying is when the men and women are, I don't know how to explain it. So for me and say a regular woman, right? It would matter more for the women because it's easier for them. But in the scenario you bring up, you said 40 count for the famous dude and 40 body count for the women. I'd say they're both equally responsible because it's easier to access for the famous guy and also easy to access for the woman.
So then why shouldn't it be equal for men and women, given that it's easier on access on average for women compared to men?
I'm lost. I'm going to lie, bro.
Okay, well, he left. Wow, the intelligence today and some of the guests. Maya, thank you for the superpower. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Why so?
I think because a woman can run farther with her skirt up than a man can with his pants down. And I would say also
appreciate the orange. Thank you. Can you give me an actual reason?
Right, but I didn't even know I was about to join. Before I joined, I had everything in my head.
Interesting guest today. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Hello? Yo, what's up, how old are you?
18,
What's your birth year?
2006,
What month?
May.
That you wouldn't be 18 yet.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. They're 18. I accidentally kicked them off. That was an accident, chat. I did the wrong math. She would be 18. I did the wrong math. I just fetused it. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men? You're covering your mic.
I do. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
No, but I do think that.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 34.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I just have one quick question because I had asked it in the chat and it seemed like it didn't matter if the body count, like say a woman was with other women, the men or whoever were saying that
They
it
would
was a free
think it
pass.
matters less. Yeah. So I mean, actually, their argument would then just entail that women shouldn't have sex with them. But yeah, appreciate you coming up.
Yes.
Yep. If it under their view, that's what it would entail. It's kind of interesting. They don't like hearing that. All right. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men. Econ grad, by the way. I know, right? I have my undergrad in econ, and I just fucked up that math. Oh, yo, how old are you? Okay, let's get the next person, everyone. Literal econ major, by the way. Like crazy. Yo, how old are you?
Hello.
Oh, well, it connected you a bit late. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men, y'all. They're gonna take back your degree for real. Yo, how old are you?
Hey, bro. 35.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I need like you to explain that statement. It's kind of phrased in a weird way. Like,
Do
what's
you
your
think a
statement
high
on
body
that?
count, given it's the same level for a man and a woman, do you think a woman should be looked at in a more negative connotation?
Can you say it in like statement form, like what you believe? Because there might be some disagreement there.
I think men and women should be viewed the same as it relates to body count. It shouldn't matter more for one compared to the other. Someone should be viewed more negatively, right, than the other just for the same body count.
Got it. And you're saying like this, I guess I'm confused by the topic. I mean, you have had 0 quality debates on this in like a half an hour and
You're adding to that right now. So
it's a weird topic.
It's not a weird topic. Everyone else gets it, but you.
No,
And
no one
actually, we
gets
have
it.
had quality
Not a good
ones
debate.
enough to be able to convince people. There were a few people that got convinced.
Okay. So you're saying that there's people out there that believe like and have a good argument for why it should not be the same?
No, there's no good argument I've seen for that.
Okay. I guess it's just a weird topic for me. But
Okay, well, good. Cool. You can air your concerns in the chat. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
25.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Honestly, no, but I have a question.
I am just looking for people who think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men. If you have questions, make sure to come on later.
I'm
everyone.
gay and I have a crush on you. I'm gay and I have a crush on you. I'm gay and I have a crush on you.
The fetuses today, bro. The fetuses, man. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay. Oh my gosh, chat. What is going on? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yes.
Why so?
Can we agree on something first? Do you think women and men are different?
Yeah. Me and you are different as well.
True. Okay, so I would say that most women are looking for actual relationships and guys would be looking for one night stands more often than not. And that's why I think if you have 50 relationships that you're shooting for and you fail 50 times, that's worse than just 50 one night stands.
Yo, Joseph, thank you so much for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much. Can we get a W, Joseph, in the chat? Thank you so much, man. So in the case in which a woman, you said it's based on the level of care, right?
Like I'm saying, like if they're looking for a relationship and they fail 50, that's a red flag.
Wait, sorry. Go back. I'm so confused. Start out the very beginning.
Okay. I think that women are looking for relationships, and I think guys are always looking for one night stands more often.
Okay, so if a woman's looking for a one night stand, should it not matter for her?
No, it shouldn't if it's a one night stand.
Oh, so her body count shouldn't matter if she's only looking for a one night stand?
Yes, but if she's like most women, I think, are looking for real relationships, and if they fail 50 times or even 30 times, and 20 of those were just for body count. Like, that's
Evan,
just
let me
bad.
ask you this question. So you're saying that you'd be okay with being with a girl that has a high body count so long as that she was looking for one night stands?
Yes, that's not as bad as failing 50 times.
Okay, so you'd rather be with someone that has failed has not failed any relationships but has slept with 50 people than someone that has failed 2 relationships?
No, maybe more like if they failed 20 and then had 30 body count, that would be
failed 20
bad.
relationships? What do you mean? Who has 20 relationships?
Like, if their body count was 50 and 20 of those were failed relationships, that's a red flag.
What do you mean by relationship?
Like if their body count if that data like resembles how many relationships they had, then it's bad. And I think girls are used.
What do you mean by relationship?
More than a one night stand, so not just something to add to your body count.
Oh, okay. So, again, so do you have a girlfriend currently?
No.
Okay, so picture your like past girlfriend or something. If and say you were with them or something, right? Do you think that their body count wouldn't matter if they had a 50 body count so long as they were looking for one night stands?
Yes, that's a success rate in my eyes.
Okay, so it wouldn't matter at all to you. So
Not
then
in
wait, that doesn't
situation.
necessarily mean that women's body count should matter more than men's, because in this scenario, men, right, if they're looking for a relationship and then they had a one night stand and it didn't end up, right, then you're saying that it matters more for them comparative to the woman.
I'm saying it matters more for women because I think women are usually looking for relationships.
Okay, so if men are usually looking for one night stands and they can't get a one night stand, does that add into their success rate? Maze, thank you for the $5.
No.
Thank you so much. So if they can't
No,
sleep
that
with
doesn't-
someone every night, even though they were looking for a one night stand, should that matter against them?
I I mean, probably because like you got no riz if that's happening.
Okay, so wait. Okay, so then it should matter more.
It should matter more for women because I think
No,
women
for the
are
man
looking
in
for
that scenario, because he
For the
went
man?
multiple days without engaging in intercourse.
It's not like a bad or a good thing, actually.
Okay, but like I don't see how that's relevant then, because then you're not saying that it applies to men.
I'm saying this is just my argument. Can I say it one more time?
Sure.
Okay. My argument is that it matters more for women because women are looking for relationships more often than men. If you are looking for relationships and you have 50 body count, that means you have 50 relationships that did not last.
Yeah, but if a man is looking for a one night stand and doesn't have a one night stand, are we going to count each day as like a failure? Well, then we'll talk about all those relationships that he failed. He failed in terms of engaging in a one night stand with. Pushy the head mustache. Thank you so much.
That
Does that
doesn't
make
count
him?
because it's not. He's not looking for a relationship and failing. He's looking for a one night stand and failing.
Wait, so why does that not matter?
Because if you're looking for a relationship and failing, that's like a personal problem. If you're looking for a one night stand, that might just be an attractiveness problem.
Okay, wait. So why is one personal and the other one's not?
Because a one night stand, it's more like you just want to have fun because that person looked.
Failure
you
is
know?
failure, right? In relationships, you might just be trying to have
Yeah, I
fun,
guess.
and it just ends up not working out.
Yeah, that. Okay, let's say I do say that's also considered a fail. What does that prove?
Okay, well then that just means that men are gonna fail more than women because it is the case that men, right, go without sleeping with someone more nights than a woman would have a failure rate in a relationship. So it's just
Well,
like the
that's not
failure
really the
rate of men is
argument.
gonna
I
be
mean,
significantly
we could-
higher, right?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. So it should matter more for men comparative to women. For them to
No.
have for them
That's not what.
for them to have less hookups if they're looking for that.
I'm just gonna keep it real. Like I feel like we're gonna disagree no matter what, but that's my point. I think that it matters more for women because of what I said. If you have anything to dispute that part of the argument, that would make more sense than talking about the men.
I did just dispute it by showing how the reasoning doesn't apply there. But yeah, I mean, is there anything else you want to go over or talk about before I go on to the next person?
All right, let's say I say it mattered more for men than women. Is that still against your argument?
No. I mean, I would argue against that, but that's not the point of the live. I'm not arguing against people that think it matters more for men comparative to women. Or think it should. Oh yeah, we should have asked him what's his favorite Lunchable. So real. Yo, thank you so much for the hand art. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
No, I don't think it should matter for anybody. I think we're all humans.
Wow, dude, thanks for the most trivial claim we've ever heard. We're all humans. Oh, dude. Wow, man, I never thought about that one before, dude. Really, man. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 27 years.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yeah,
And why so?
just because it's a value issue. It's a value problem. If you are a woman, you are a woman. What makes you valuable mostly, especially if you want a long-term relationship, is because um, the man thinks or wants to feel like they have you. They are the only ones who have you, right?
Okay, so then why don't you apply that same standard the other way around?
Um. Okay, so I'll say when in the sexual marketplace, right? If you are in the sexual marketplace, what makes a man valuable is different from what makes a woman valuable. So if you want a long-term relationship, a man, what makes him valuable is his ability to provide and protect for the woman.
Here, for example,
And
if we are in the past where little girls were married to adult men, little girls at that time period between the ages of 12 through 16 were considered more valuable to these adult men than women in which were older. Does that mean that a woman should, or actually a little girl should get married between the ages of 12 to 16 to an adult man because that's when she's quote unquote most valued?
I didn't get you.
Okay, so in the past, little girls between the ages of 12 and 16 were married to adult men, right? At that time period, these 40 to 50-year-old men were looking for little girls. That's what they valued, okay? So in this particular scenario, right, would you say that the 12 to 16-year-old little girl should marry the 40 to 50-year-old adult men because that's when they're quote unquote most valued?
I think I think within every time period that you are in, you should do what is most beneficial to you.
Oh, so those girls, those little girls should get married to those adult men?
Well, if that's the best thing for them, I think they should.
Dude, we've just had a series of fucking guests today. Oh my, bro. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Nigger.
What is up with the guests today, bro? Like, people are so fucking weird. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
28?
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
No.
On to the next, everyone. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I think it matters the other way around.
Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What up? 26.
Is there a way you can fix the echo?
Give me a second.
For sure.
Is this better?
Yeah, do you think that a high... Oh, no, it's not. Send a guest request back.
Can you put me on?
Send a guest request back. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Alright, let's go to the next person. Please only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men, y'all.
Is it better, bro?
Alright. No.
What the hell? Do you know how I can fix it?
Swipe out of the app, swipe back in. That's the best thing I could... Like close the app and then come back. And send a request. Secret, what topic do you want, bro? If you think I need a new topic, go find someone else that's running that topic, bro. But there isn't infinite topics, bro. That doesn't exist. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 20.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yes, and I've been waiting all day to get on this live.
All day? I've been live for an hour and 24 minutes.
I know, I know, but you were just bringing up idiots. And I'm finally the person that has a brain.
Really? Okay, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yes, and let me tell you why.
Okay.
I think that these women out here should close off their private parts to these bad men, okay? They should close their body part because them having, intercourse with these douchebags, okay? They're just corrupting their brains.
Oh, I still have a question, right? So women should, if they engage in sex with 100 good men, is that okay?
100 good dudes?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't even think you could, realistically have sex with, 100 dudes.
Yeah, we're supposing this is true. Let's say that your future potential significant other has slept with 100 people. All fucking tens, bro. All tens.
Oh, we're talking about like looks. Oh, wait, there's people riding dirt bikes.
I'm saying looks. I'm
can't
saying
hear.
they were good, virtuous people, right?
So like Zac Efron type dudes. I mean, I couldn't blame them, to be honest.
So do you think that would matter more?
I mean,
Than
100 dudes is kind of crazy though.
Okay. So 100 women would be crazy for a man too, right?
I mean, that's not what I. That's not like. That's not on my basis of high. I like if it should matter or not. Like, you get what I'm saying?
And what's your basis?
I mean, like, if I was talking to a girl, you know, I matched on Tinder and everything like that, and she's like bold and everything. She likes to lay everything out on the table for real.
Angela, thank you for the $2. Thank you.
First text messages, she told me that, you know, I asked like a risky question, like, yeah, what's your body count or something like that. She said, you know, it's like 50. You know, I wouldn't cuff this girl. You know, I'd talk to her. We can be friends and all that. But, like, I wouldn't say, like, she could be in my proximity of...
Do you have a high body count?
I mean, we're not talking about me right now, Parker.
Do you have a high body count?
What is your definition of high body count, though?
If a woman had your exact body count, would it be high?
Nah, not really.
No?
Yeah, but...
So you would date a woman that has the exact same body count as you?
Yeah, my body count isn't, you know, they aren't pushing Jason Love numbers, you know.
Okay, so the exact same number would be okay? No issue?
I mean, my type isn't that high. So, like, if we're talking about, like, me, like, 5, like, and a girl has 5, I don't really think that's high, you know?
Okay, so you don't think it should matter more for a woman comparative to a man in that scenario?
That's not a high body count.
Okay.
Do you think that's a high body count, Parker?
No.
Okay, so why are we comparing my body count to be, you know, like, if a girl had 5 these days, like, I probably just came across, like, Wembanyama. I probably just drafted Wembanyama if a girl just came out 5 bodies, especially where in the city I live in. You know?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, you don't watch basketball?
Oh, you're talking about Wemby?
Yeah.
I don't see how that relates to Wemby.
I'm just saying that's like a you just pulled a generational player is what I'm saying. Like, you just pulled like a generational girl.
You know the median body count for women is 4.3?
4.3? Yeah, probably not in Baltimore though. Like, that's kind of bad. I mean, around the area I live in, to be honest, like, hey.
Okay, so I don't know what you're trying to say, but here I'll just ask you like a basic question here, right?
Yeah.
Why
So,
should a 15 body count for a woman matter any differently than a 15 body count of a man?
I mean, like I said earlier, it's dependent on, like, you know, like how she slept with these dudes. To be honest, like,
Does it depend on how he slept with those girls?
no, I'm not really worrying about some dudes. You know, I'm not really worrying about a dude. Like, I'm not out here, like, you know, actively.
No, but
searching for a
like
dude,
for
though,
example, let
man.
me ask you a question, right? Do you think people should be nice in relationships?
Do I think people should? Hell yeah, man.
Would you judge a woman being mean in a relationship the same as a man being mean? Yeah, right?
No.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
They say the same thing, you wouldn't judge it the same? Okay, if someone
I mean, well, let me explain this real quick. A man being mean is way more like intensified than like a woman being mean.
I'm saying the exact same thing, the same tone, the same thing said, everything the exact same. Should it be viewed the same with a woman and a man?
No.
Why?
Like I said, I don't I don't think like if they're like talking to me like that, I don't think a woman would, you know, suppose sort of a threat to me, you know?
I'm saying in a relationship, does it matter the same in both scenarios?
Same thing. I don't think a woman holds a threat.
I'll give you an example, right? A man threatens to sleep with his ex to the partner that he's with, right? I appreciate Miss Mac. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much. And a woman does the exact same thing. Would you view it the same in both scenarios?
What? Are we just going to arguing and then sleeping with each other's exes now, bro? Like,
I'm asking,
that's completely different.
are these both disrespectful to the same degree?
Of course it is.
Of course. So would it make sense for a man to say, "Oh, I'm not dating other men, so it doesn't matter to the same degree for men"? No. You still judge them the same. It's the same level of disrespect for both. So why is responsibility different with men and women as it relates to body count, even though you're not dating men?
I mean, I'm not just not going to sit here and act like people don't have like hypocrisy in their morals. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm telling you, you shouldn't be hypocritical, dude.
yeah, I get that, but it's like some things that like I can't view as different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, basically what my whole argument was like, I mean, women should keep their vaginas on safeguard from these dudes, bro. Like,
and why shouldn't men?
What you mean? Why shouldn't men?
Why shouldn't men keep their members on lockdown? Appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
Men should keep their members on lockdown. Like,
so it should be equal for men and women.
No, but not in like the same. Not in the same way a woman should. You know
why?
What I'm saying? I mean, like if we're locking down men, like men's private parts. I mean, we could see like this world would be 100% better if men did not engage in any type of sexual things, bro. Like, I'm gonna be dead serious.
So men's body count should matter the same as women's because that would make society better, right?
What? Like, you say
men's body count should matter the same as women's because that would make society better, right?
That's not what I was implying, bro.
That's what you just implied.
No, I'm just saying like in a safety matter, basically. Like, if we saw like if we like just say all men just got like their like things cut off, bro, like you wouldn't think the world would be better, bro? I mean, we'll see. Why not?
Should we should we governmentally mandate to like castrate all men? Is that your view?
Bro, I'm saying like...
Is that your view, dude?
Bro, like, I'm really... Oh, wait, like, I gotta explain it because you just...
Is that your view?
I mean, I'm not saying that they all should be castrated. I'm gonna be like
but you said the world would be better.
It 100%, what? Even if 50% of men like couldn't engage in intercourse, the world would be 50% better.
Okay, so why aren't you for this 50% castration of men?
Bro, we will see less SAs, men. Yeah. We will see totally less SAs. You know.
Yeah, how about this? Instead of castrating people, you like change their values. You argue they shouldn't be hypocritical. You argue they should take the same accountability as women. Maybe base things like that are important instead of fucking castrating people, dude.
Come on. If I was like a billionaire, like I had like trillions of dollars and stuff, like I would want to mandate to pull all men into like a rehabilitation center, like something like that. They need to go through some sort of like therapy.
Yeah. Let's put men in concentration camps, re-education camps. Like what?
Yeah, we turn them to good men. Like they wouldn't be like, we teach them to respect women. They wouldn't be out here,
Yeah, we can teach them to do that without doing stuff like that, dude.
But guys are hard-headed.
Yeah, so it starts in the school system. It starts with men taking accountability, right? It starts with us acknowledging this on a social level, and it seems like you don't want to do that when you think, I appreciate the confetti, thank you so much, that a woman's body count matters the same as a man's when it's the same exact actions.
I get it's the same actions, Parker, but we can't like hold men and women to the same standard on certain things.
Why not on this?
Because like...
Why should women be held to a higher standard than men as it relates to this scenario?
Because women are a lot smarter, I feel like women are a lot they should be a lot smarter with their sexual choices, like, to be honest.
Why shouldn't men?
Because they should like try to like avoid like certain men as much as possible.
So so women shouldn't have sex with you.
I'm not me specifically. Like
why not? Why not? They should avoid men.
Because
you're a man, correct?
Let me explain, Parker. Let me explain.
You're a man, correct?
Let me explain. Let me tell you why. I think women should. I think I hold myself to a different standard than I hold like most men because I think differently than men. I actually sat down, in women's spaces. I had a lot of women friend groups out of high school. I sat down and listened to them, listened to what they had to say, how they felt about men and stuff like that. And
Clearly not here.
What are you saying? You asked me why do I think like that? I'm telling you why.
I said clearly not here because you think it should matter for women but not for men, right?
Parker, what like I'm telling you, like just everything I'm telling you right now is like the reason why I think body count should should matter for women. Everything I'm saying, I just feel like you're not trying to listen.
I've respectfully sat here and listened to every single thing you've said.
Yeah, but you're not like every time I state a point, you're just like, oh, let's move on to the next another question. Like I'm telling you why.
I ask you another question that's relevant to just proving your point.
I don't see about what I'm saying is wrong. Like I really don't see the part of like me saying like women should safeguard themselves from men.
Why don't you apply that same responsibility standard to men?
What, they should safeguard themselves to women? Because women don't pose a threat towards men.
Okay, so women should have sex with other women rather than having sex with men because they don't pose a threat if they're women.
I mean, I don't know, like, yes, like, I don't.
Yeah,
like,
so women shouldn't have sex with you. They should rather have sex with women.
Parker, I said earlier, I don't hold myself to the same standard.
What are you talking? I don't know what you're saying there.
I don't hold myself to the same standard I just stated. Men should. Like, I don't think I should be.
Why?
Like, what do you mean? Why? I told you why.
No, you didn't.
I told you that. Like, I got the time. Sorry. I actually sat down and got the time to listen to a bunch of women that got their point of view on life. Like, I sat down and listened to what makes them like fearful of men. I try to distance myself from what they say is bad. I try to not do what they said not to do or something that happened to them. Like, is it wrong for me to listen to women?
No, I wouldn't say that. PD, thank you for the galaxy. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
And do you think women would tell you to have the view that it should matter for women and not for men?
No, because everybody has different minds.
What do you think? What do you think women would tell you to have? Like, what view they would tell you to have?
What if
you think it should matter? Do you think that they would tell you that you think that it would be good for you to think it should matter for women and not for men, or do you think that they should tell you to value it the same?
They would probably tell me to fuck off because they probably wouldn't think I'm serious, but I'm being dead ass.
Appreciate the hand. Thank you so much. Can you like respond my point, bro? Like.
You just told me why. You just asked me what would women say if I told them my point of view.
God, dude. For the women in the chat, would y'all prefer that he says equal or not equal? Type either equal or not equal in the chat.
I mean, like you're saying like if I'm not equal, it's all of a sudden.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Look at the chat.
Yeah, I see it. But
wait, so if you're gonna listen to women, right? Why are you now not listening to women?
I'm not listening to women. Like
the entire chat is full of women saying they want you to value it equally.
I understand what they're saying, and like honestly, they have like that right to their what they should think, and I honestly think it should be like that too. But that's not how I stand here today. Like like even though I'm saying it should not be equal, it's not saying I'm saying something bad or harmful mostly.
Yeah, you are, because you're engaging in prejudice against women. That's what you're doing.
But so, like, Parker, can you state what have I said bad? Like
yeah.
What?
You're applying a standard onto women that you do not apply onto men for the same actions without reason.
Yeah, but you didn't hear my reasoning on why I think that though. You're just thinking because I said it shouldn't be equal. I'm all of a sudden agree with like the last 100 people you debated on this topic. I don't have the same views as them, Parker. I don't think like you think because I subscribe to one view, I subscribe to all other views because that's how.
Not what I've done, dude. I have not done that. I have specifically critiqued your view.
But what I'm saying, but what I was trying to say, I feel like it's a good thing if women make their body count sacred, and it's not even in a massage.
Okay, well then why don't you hold that exact same standard to men? Appreciate
Parker,
the
I
best. Thank
explained
you so
it
much.
5 times, and it's like
Because you're only willing to apply responsibility onto women. You have not explained. You have not
I
given me the
answered,
reason.
I answered the question.
No, you have
Parker.
not.
Okay.
I have
said,
literally tried to figure it out. You have yet to give me the reason.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm speaking Chinese at this point.
You're just saying that it should be sacred more for one than the other. That's not a reason. That's just another claim.
Okay, let me just lay it on the table again. I think it should apply for women and not for men, because I don't think that we should actually care about what men body counts. I mean,
You're just restating the same claim. You're saying we shouldn't care about men's, right? We should care more about women's. That's not an actual argument or a reason.
Because
Appreciate the hand arts. Thank you
women
so much. Thank you.
shouldn't be having sex with these guys. Like, I told you that in the.
He's a claim generator, chat. He's a claim generator. He doesn't have reasons. Just claim generation.
That's not a.
Appreciate
That
the hand art.
is
Thank
the
you.
reason, because men.
You're
are-
just
men
saying
are
it should
bad.
matter more. That's all you're saying. You're not giving reasons.
Because men are bad, and women should not be sleeping with douchebags, pricks, guys that will manipulate them.
So women's body count don't matter if there's a good man. Appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much.
It still shouldn't be high though.
Oh, okay. So now it's not about whether or not they're good. Appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much. You see what I mean?
If a girl slept with like 15 good men versus, I don't know, 25, 30 good men.
Yeah, versus you sleeping with 15 women. Why would
Versus
that be
me
any?
sleeping with-
Okay, 50 a woman sleeping with 15 good men. Should that be viewed any differently than you sleeping with 15 women?
I mean, it depends on the basis of like, I mean, how high a body count like 15 is basically. I mean, I don't think 15 is that. I think if it goes past your age, then it's a problem. So like 15 for me, it wouldn't matter. That wouldn't be like some sort of high. I mean, for my standards, basically, I don't think my standards is objective, and I'm not trying to make my claims objective. It's just subjective, and it's my opinion.
Then move it to whatever number you think matters.
Okay, let's say, I don't know, 25.
Should a 25 body count with a woman who slept with 25 good men be viewed the same as a man who slept with 25 women?
No.
They shouldn't be viewed the same. Okay. So again, it's not about whether or not they're a quote unquote good man. It's just because they're women.
It's not because of their women.
Then what's the reason?
I mean, woman has all the like, gatekeeps sex basically.
How so? Is it just consent? Because you consent too, buddy.
I get that I consent, but like I feel like more men have more men have sex less on average than the average woman.
Well, then why do men have higher body counts on average and on medians?
Because like with a man, like once they have like I don't think I don't think most men can be truly faithful to women. Like I feel like most men, whatever thrown at them, gets whatever thrown at them, they'll take.
So I think that's projection. I think that's gross. Don't normalize men cheating. Don't normalize that at all.
I'm
That's
not normalizing
disgusting.
men cheating. I think cheating is awful.
You just normalized. You just said a majority of men, right, would cheat, right, which you don't have any evidence for.
When
By
did
the way.
I never said I was with that or against it. I never said that. I did say I was against it. I never said I was with it. Though.
It's projection.
Explain.
Because it is the case that you have no evidence to substantiate that, so you're taking exactly how the way that you perceive it, and then you're applying that to a majority of men.
The only reason I'm applying these standards to men is because most of them like wouldn't give a fuck about what I'm saying right now.
Most women wouldn't care about what you're saying right now.
No, most men wouldn't care about what I'm saying right now, and I feel like most people,
What
I'm
is
not-
that even supposed to mean? Like, why? What are you? What is the relevancy of that point?
Because this is the reply to what you said.
That I don't see how that's a reply to what I said, bro. Like, what's the fucking reply?
Like, can you please explain to me when I explained to you why I don't think why I think women body count should matter, because I think women bodies are sacred, and I think that they should be protected from, random dudes, bad dudes that's sleeping with another super woman.
Yeah, it's not about good or bad dudes. I just showed you earlier that even in the sense of good dudes, it doesn't matter the same. So you're not giving
saying,
any actual explanation. You're literally
There's
just
2 points to this.
imposing the view. You just keep saying it. That's not a reason.
There's 2 points to this. There's the count itself, and it's the dudes themselves. Okay, so there's 2 things that I apply to this. Like I said, 100 versus 50, I would rather take 50.
Okay, so with a man, would you do that as well? Would you say that like a 50 body count is less preferable to 100?
You said no, yeah, 50 is more preferable than 100.
Yeah,
And
so that's true for both men and women. You're not giving a relevant difference between men and women insofar as that's applicable to one and not the other.
Parker, honestly, I genuinely don't care about when my opinion is completely biased. I genuinely don't care about what men sleep with or who they sleep with, because I don't chase after men, Parker.
Again, I already showed you how this reasoning doesn't make sense, as you'd still apply, say, disrespect the same for men and women. Okay? So you think that disrespect should matter the same for men and women, right? The responsibility as it relates to that, but you don't think the responsibility as it relates to body count should be viewed the same for men and women. Why?
Because everything is so complex, Parker. Just because I have this view to this, to this something, doesn't mean I have the same view to something that's out related to that.
You saying everything is complex is not identifying the relevant difference.
It's explaining why I think this way.
No, it's not. That's not an explanation for why you think that way, sir.
Parker,
not
okay.
at all. Shannon, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. Can we get a W Shannon in the chat? Thank you so much, Shannon. I really appreciate that. W Shannon. W Shannon.
W Shannon. Parker, since you're this big, debate guy, right? You talk to 100 people a day. You probably talk to 1,000, I don't know, a lot, right? And since you've been talking to people that think like me, quote unquote, can you tell me the reason why I think the way I think? And just because saying I'm misogynistic, that's not an answer.
Patriarchy.
Can you go more into
we grew up in a society that applies more responsibility onto the same actions for women comparative to men. Right? Why? To control women.
And you
So
think
this is just men's mechanism of controlling women, and those types of biases have been passed down our society. I'm
And you
not
think
saying
that
you're
I
doing
wanna
this
control women?
intentfully. What I'm saying is that this is a subconscious bias that you have brought, or that you have caught from living in the society that we live in.
Okay, so you saying that, do you think I am misogynistic, and do you think I
I think you hold a misogynistic view here. Yes.
Okay, so out of all views, because you don't know my full view on women, and people in chat, right? They don't know my full view on women. Do you think just because maybe I have a red flag, and everything down the list is good, and I just have this red flag at the end, do you think I'm overall hateful towards women?
I think this view is hateful towards women. Do I think in
Well,
every aspect you're hateful towards women? No. But do I think that you have misogynistic views? Yes.
Okay,
So
so
is that overall a bad thing? Yes. Swan,
Okay,
thank you so much for the Swan. I appreciate it, Drew.
yeah, you could say that it's a bad thing, but
Yeah, it's overall a bad thing to have misogynistic views.
yeah, that one, you telling me you yourself, you don't have a single view that's people that wouldn't agree with the majority, say your fan base that agree with all your topics and shit like that on your side of the topic. Do you think that you have one bad view that doesn't agree with them?
I wouldn't think that I have a bad view because bad is defined by me. Appreciate the money, good. Thank you so
Okay,
much. Would I have a view that people disagree with?
Yeah, that that's what I'm saying. It's your main fan base.
I could have views. I don't know about on lives. I haven't really had a view that is most people on live are oh, this is such a terrible thing. Leah, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
Do you have any conflicting views?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's crazy to say that you're perfect. Like,
What like I'm not vegan? I've
I
disagreed
wouldn't
with
say
a lot of
that's like
people who are
I
vegan.
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that's like a bad thing. I don't like give
Well,
a fuck. About
vegans would.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they're like the minority of thinking that like most of the world eats meat,
Okay.
right? Like I'm saying like this wouldn't like inflict on somebody's like I don't know like feelings or anything if you said that towards their face. I don't think they would get like genuinely like sad or something like that.
Vegans?
You think they would like flip shit if you say, "Oh yeah, I just ate a burger"?
Some. Yeah. I mean, I think because of the normalization of these types of things, people don't say that. Like if someone told you that they I mean, they ate a dog burger, would you be like, "Oh my God, that's terrible."
No, in my opinion, I feel like if you eat a dog, like it should be looked at as like eating like a cow or something.
Okay, so you view it the same,
Well, like as a vegan,
right? As a
no.
non-vegan.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's a hypocrite for you to like be mad at that if somebody say, "Oh yeah, I'm eating like dog tenders or something like that."
So you think it should be legal to eat dog tenders?
No, I don't think it should be illegal to eat a dog. No,
It should be legal?
I mean,
So you think that we should be able to like factory farm dogs for food?
sure. And the only reason I'm saying that because like I mean, typically like many farm animals, they could be pets, like right? Like you could have like a pet cow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like so
Yeah.
why is everybody shocked by that?
Well, I think it's because of how we view dogs.
It is because but you're a hypocrite if you don't think that though.
Well, no, I have one thing to say here, right? I think this is the best argument vegans have, right? Is the fact that we care about dogs and cats, right? And the difference that we see between dogs and other types of animals, right? I do think that's the strongest vegan argument. I don't know why I'm bringing that up right now, but like, I mean, there are people that have disagreements, right?
Yeah.
With me. There are people that have disagreements with you, right? That's always going to exist. Do I know one that's like problematic? I don't think I hold like a very problematic view.
What part? You telling
Right?
me you don't
Maybe
know
a future society would see my view to be right very problematic, right? Or your
Bro,
view to be very problematic, right?
like I don't want you to get yourself canceled or anything.
I don't
Like,
have any cancelable views.
yo, I feel like that's crazy. I don't feel like it's crazy to not have any like bad views, but you don't have like
I
any,
stand by any view that I have. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm saying like, do you have like any view that you think people won't agree with, like your main core audience that agrees with you?
Wait, sorry, say that one time?
Like I said, do you have a view that would conflict with like your main core audience? Like you know how the most people that's on your side in the comments probably agree, or like on your side of all your topics.
I don't know. I don't know a particular view that like most people in the comment section that like me would disagree with.
Yeah,
I mean, but like I also think that's probably because like the types of views I have would necessitate that people that have similar views to me also follow me, right?
yeah. So like you're or like you're a Democrat now, like right?
I'm a Democrat. Oh, I would consider myself to lean more towards the Democratic Party than
Okay,
towards the
so
Republican Party.
all right. Well, what I'm asking is like, do you have any like views that are like more towards like the right? Like some like Republicans agree with this, you might agree with that, but like
Um, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I hold any like crazy views, so no. Right, like I hold right wing views, but like I mean, that's not like crazy. Like it depends on the scenario. Like obviously everyone's a moderate to some degree, but
all right.
okay, I'm confused what your point is, but
No, I would just wanted to know. I didn't want to think you were a perfect person, but you know,
I'm not perfect by any means.
yeah, I'm just saying. But everybody's hating me now, so I'm gonna guess I'm gonna drop down. You know, go hang in the
For
bathtub.
sure.
Or something.
All right, for sure. All right, let's go on to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request. If you do think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, we are just looking for some debates, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Mid-30s.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I do, and I'll tell you why. Although many women will say that high body count is toxic masculinity, there's science that shows that women develop a chemical in their brain based off of, intimacy, right? That men don't get. And it's called vasopressin. So it's a attachment hormone. So if a woman is sleeping with a lot of men, let's say over 30, over 100, I mean, give or take whatever is accurate for the individual. But if when a woman has a high body count, oftentimes that will result in more trauma, more
You got the
issues.
chemical wrong, by the way. Aren't you referencing oxytocin?
No,
Leah, thank you for
it's
the
not
$5. Thank you so much.
oxytocin. It's actually oxytocin is a feel-good hormone. Vasopressin is an attachment feel-good hormone that men don't get till 3 or 4 months of spending quality time, but women get it off of one time having intimacy.
Vasopressin plasma levels are higher than men and women. And this is from Asplund and Aberg, 1991, Van Londen,
Right. But
ETAL,
does that
1997.
matter though? Because I don't think that matters in the case of just more women having more partners equals more trauma, not necessarily a chemical that comes and goes. But what it is that if they hook up
I'm
one
sorry, Faith, but
time,
you made a false claim, right? Where
No,
you,
no,
what,
no,
what,
no. No,
Faith,
if they hook
Faith,
up one
what
time,
evidence do you
women
have
get
of
it.
this?
Men don't get it by hooking up one time. Only women do. You
Yeah,
understand?
can you give
So
me
that's
the
irrelevant.
source that indicates this?
Yeah, it's scientific research studies and
Yeah, what
scholarly
study?
articles.
I just referenced multiple
Oh,
that
I didn't
indicate.
know we needed. Wow,
I
you're
just
getting
I just
kinda lit on
indicated
this.
I just indicated multiple studies that indicates that there are higher vasopressin levels in men comparative to women. So like, would you like to provide me any source that indicates that?
Which
Faith, you're lagging a lot. Is there a way you could fix that? Sounds like you have Trump Wi-Fi right
Oh,
now.
I just had a question. Which side of argument are you on in terms of this issue?
I think it should matter
You
equally
think
for
that
men and women.
women's body count should? I mean, I do too in theory, but you don't want women to get messed up either, mentally, because I care about women, and that can happen if you have a lot of partners, but
Yeah,
not so much
so-
for men.
Oh, can you give me any study that indicates a statistically significant distinction between men and women as it relates to that?
I could add it in the chat because I have to Google it. I don't want to waste your time.
Oh, you could
But
just
I'll
tell
add
me
it in
the
chat
title.
later. I don't know. I haven't. I have to look it up because there's many, and
Many.
I've read them before, but I don't have it off the top
Mhm.
of my head. Sorry, but I'll add it
Do,
later.
do you want me to
I
give you
gotta
time to go
run.
look it up and pull it here? Pull it up? On live?
Yeah, sure. Well, that's just
Okay,
more
I'll
of an
go-
article saying that, not saying that women have more vasopressin or men have more. That's not what I'm citing. I'm citing the fact that women get it in one time hooking up. Men don't get it one time hooking up.
Yeah, and like, what's the source for that? Yeah, I won't be able to hear you when you swipe out of the app, but in the meantime, everyone, do tap that screen. Let's run it up 200,000 or to 500,000 likes. Share the live as well,
Good day.
everyone.
Good luck, everybody. Bye bye. Thank
You're
you.
just gonna run away?
Bye bye. Well, I don't have time to go do this right now. I have to get back to stuff. But thank you. I'll add it to the chat and I'll follow you. Later.
For sure, for sure. She has to get back to things. Okay, Pearl. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. Let's get the next person up here. Chat. Unfortunate. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Hey, I came on this live thinking that, but you low-key convinced me, like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of equal now.
W, bro. All right, let's get this next person up here. Yo, Kylie, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Kylie. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's get this next person up here. Please only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Me?
Oh, you had echo anyway, so we're just gonna go into the next person. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
I'm 33.
Thank you for the little crown. Thank you so much, Drew. Are you driving?
Yeah, I'm driving.
You gotta come on later when you're not, man. Only come on when you're not driving, y'all. We are just looking for some debates. Let's get the next person up here, y'all. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. All right, let's accept this next person. Only send a guest request if you will, or if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. Let's get this next person up here. Please only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all. I'm trying to get someone up here. I do apologize, y'all. Hope it's not accepting this person. Let me try the next. I apologize, everyone. Sometimes it takes him in between. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone. Also, do tap that screen. Let's get to 500,000 likes, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, I'm 21.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Nah, I just wanted to waste your time.
Thanks. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's get the next person up here. Please only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
32.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Yeah, of course.
And why so?
Because would you date a girl that has, let's say, 1,000 body count?
That doesn't address the question of whether or not you think it should matter for women, but not for men. So can you answer my
Would you
question?
date
Why
a-
do you think it should matter
would
for
you
women,
date a
but not
girl?
for men?
Because it's like.
Do I have an 1,000 body count, Dotson?
I would ask you.
I'm saying that it should matter equally for men and women.
Let me ask you a question. Do you respect a self-made millionaire or someone that was born in a wealth?
Depends on their characteristics.
Well, they have the same characteristics. Which one do you respect more?
Probably the one that that did it themselves.
Self-made. Yeah. So it's the same way with a body count. A man that gets a high body count usually has to work for it. There's something that society deems him valuable, or girls deem him valuable, for why he has a high body count. Any woman can get a high body count. A homeless woman can get a high body count.
Oh, here I have a question, right? If a man puts a 40-year-old man puts more time into playing video games in his basement, right? Because he put more effort in, does that like a good trait necessarily?
Repeat that.
Is that necessarily a good trait for him to put more time into playing video games in his mom's basement?
Sure, they get something out of it.
That makes him a better person?
It makes him a better gamer than the next gamer, does it not?
I know, but like I'm just asking, does that like is that just because they put in effort doesn't mean that you consider it like to be good or better than like someone who put in less effort doing something?
I'm confused.
Okay.
Make the correlation.
Okay. So if someone puts effort into, say, feeding children, right? That lesser effort into feeding children, we would consider better, right, or more valuable than the more effort put into playing video games in your mom's basement, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you put more effort into one, yet we still value the other one more. The
But you're
one that
comparing
you
apples to
literally put
oranges.
less effort into.
So if two people play video games, one person plays video games more than the other.
No,
you're gonna respect the
Dotson.
person that plays video games more.
You're not understanding. The person who plays video games in their mom's basement puts more effort into playing video games in their mom's basement than a person puts effort into, say, feeding children. We still value the feeding of the children more than the person who literally put time into playing video games in their mom's basement. Even though in one action they put more effort in it than the other action.
And what's that have to do with body count?
So just because you put more effort into an action doesn't necessarily mean that we value it more.
Okay. So
Okay, so you're making this argument here that because men have to put more effort into engaging in intercourse doesn't mean that that it matters more for women each time they engage in intercourse in a negative manner.
What?
I don't know what's confusing about what I just said.
You're not making sense, bro.
What was your reasoning? We'll go back to that.
No, let's go back to this. Would you date a girl that has 100 body count?
100 depends on the
Yeah.
other characteristics they have.
Okay, let's say 1,000.
If we're compatible.
So you date a girl that has 1,000 body count?
If we're compatible.
Oh Jesus, Lord have mercy. Okay, what about 10,000?
If we're compatible.
So you don't have any threshold on how many dudes a girl slept with.
It's as
So
long as
you
if you're compatible. There could be a point in which there is a
Well,
body count in
how
which I'm
young-
not
how old are
compatible.
you?
Wait, I appreciate the Trinity. Thank you for the subscription. There could be a point in which there is no person on the planet I'm compatible with that has that particular body count. But I'm just saying it's all in accordance with whether or not they're compatible with me. Now, would you like to answer the question?
Wait. So would you date like a would you date a prostitute?
Can you answer the question?
Parker, bro, you're a good looking dude, bro. What are you doing? How aren't you like in your
Dotson,
20s?
can you
You're a
answer my
good-looking dude.
question, please?
Bro, don't be dating those dotted ass slut. Come
Don't
on, bro.
I
You
like
can
how
do
you'll
better.
refer to that with women, but you're not willing to refer to the same shit with men. You're sitting,
Yeah, 'cause a
you
man's-
call
'cause a man's a
yourself,
G, a
you call
man's a
your,
pimp,
stop
a man's
talking,
a boss.
stop
You know
talking. You
that.
call yourself
Don't act
such a
stupid.
man.
Don't
You,
act
you
stupid,
call
you know
yourself, stop talking. You call yourself such a man, but you can't take accountability for your actions.
Because a man that gets a high body count is a pimp. He's cool. He's dope. It's
No,
awesome.
no, no. A
That's
man
society we
a
live
man
in,
that has
bro.
a high
Sorry,
body
bro.
count
I'm
and
sorry you
can't
wanna
take
date a whore.
responsibility for it is
Park-
a man who has a high body count and can't take responsibility for it to the same degree that women do, or he thinks that women should have to, is a hypocrite and literally not worth anyone's dime. Literally just a hypocrite. He just left. But like, bro, why do you think it's valid to literally hold standards like that without reason? Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. Yo, what's up, pal, to you?
1 second.
You're not old enough. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. Y'all, we are just looking for some debates, y'all. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone. Yo, what's up, pal, to you?
I'm 19.
What's your birth year?
September 21st, 2004.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
I think it should be equal because, like that guy Dodson was saying, he's an.
Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Yo, what's up, pal, to you?
I'm probably old enough to be your father.
I don't believe you. Not for a single second would I believe that, dude.
What's
Yo,
up?
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Yeah.
Why so?
Because we're completely different.
Okay, me and you are completely different. Why should a high body count matter? The same for me and you.
But me and you are more alike than most women. And
Okay,
there's
so
different
you said
dynamics. There's different dynamics of what I mean about being alike. And in terms of the sexual marketplace, me and you are a lot more alike than females in general.
so. Since we are more likely alike than we are not alike, that means that you're going to value us the same unless good reason otherwise, right?
Say that again.
So because we are more similar than we are different, you're going to value us the same in these particular scenarios unless good reason to value us differently.
I mean, in general, you kind of phrase that a little bit confusing.
Okay. Again, we are more similar than we are different, correct?
In terms of marketplace, relative to females, relative
to women. So again,
Yes.
what you're not understanding is okay. So you're just saying because we are engaging in like trying to date women. Like I'm confused what you're trying to say. Like we both have male members. Like what's your argument?
You know what I'm saying, bro. Relative to females, me and you are a lot more alike in terms of the sexual marketplace because we are both men.
Appreciate the festival. Thank you so much. Okay, you could say you're more alike, right, than like with women, but like I could give you a particular scenario that you're less alike a particular man, right? That doesn't change anything. I don't know what your point is.
Yeah, sure, but we're talking about in general, right?
Okay, what's the point?
Okay, the point is when it comes to females, even whether you want to blame it on biological or society, if you want to say that society should be changed, you can make that argument. However, because society is the way that it is, right? Our mentality as men do not want to have their woman have a high body count. We're very protective. We're very protective over our woman. Okay? And whenever a woman has slept around with multiple men, that's going to affect the man. But females don't view it like I said, in general, they don't view it the same way as men. If men have multiple, if they have a lot of different women, they're not gonna view it as bad as a man would view a woman.
Okay, that doesn't mean it should matter for one differently than that it matters for the other one.
But it does, brother.
No, it doesn't. You just saying it is a particular way doesn't mean it should be that way. Okay?
Because it is.
There
that
are
way.
people that starve to death. Does that mean they should starve to death?
No, that's,
No.
you're comparing
Just because
apples to
things
oranges.
are a particular way doesn't mean they should be that way.
Okay, so
Are you in the bathtub?
what is it?
Are you in the bathtub?
No. I was doing some dishes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
This isn't a thing. This is a bathtub.
Yo. All right, look. Do you think that it's harder for women to be able to get men?
You mean like to engage in intercourse with?
In general, do you think it's harder for a woman to find
I just got a hate speech, hateful behaviors flag. What the hell? I think it's women have more opportunities on average. Do you think because they have more opportunities, it matters more for them?
Yes, it does. It
Okay,
shows
so
that.
so for example, right, Vinny Hacker, you know who that is?
No.
Okay. Do you know Tom Cruise? You know who that is?
Yeah.
He has more opportunities than the average woman, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so should his body count, given it's the same as the average woman, be looked at in a more negative context?
First off, you're using an example that's, one in. It's a very rare example, right? Most men are not Tom Cruises or probably whoever you mentioned, Vinny Hacker. And number two, those
Wow,
men
and thanks
had to
for
earn-
saying the most trivial statement ever.
Yeah, those men had to earn their status in order to be able to get those women. Where a woman
Vinny
would
Hacker
not
did
have
not.
to have any. Vinny Hacker? I don't know who he is. Who's Vinny Hacker?
He's literally has 15 million followers on the internet because he's conventionally attractive.
So 15 million followers to you is not status.
It is status, but it doesn't mean he
There you
woke- he-
go.
listen, sir, it doesn't mean he worked for it. He
What-
literally has it because he's conventionally attractive.
There's many conventionally attractive men out there that do not have 15 million status. He had to market himself. He had to post every day. He had to be consistent. He had to do many things. He had to be on
And you
social
think
media.
that's a hard work?
It doesn't matter whether it's hard
It
work
does
or not.
matter.
He earned that status. You can make that claim that Kim Kardashian has not worked hard to be able to earn her status, but regardless, she has status. Men need to have status in order to be
Wait,
able
so
to get the woman.
okay, so
Or-
then
or-
so Kim Kardashian, should her body count matter the same as Tom Cruise or of any celebrity men?
women in general, it should matter, brother.
So should it matter more or less?
Wait, should it matter more or less what?
Should her body count matter more or less than Tom Cruise, given it's the same level?
Her body count she could still get more men than Tom Cruise could get women. How about that? Even though they both have very high status.
Is there a man that can get the same level of women as Kim Kardashian? Could get men?
Yeah.
Okay, so that particular man.
Maybe not even. I don't know. Probably not.
So that particular man, right? Should his body count matter the same as her body count?
Should her body?
Should their body counts matter the same, given it's the same number?
Again, you're ignoring the fact that she has status.
They both
that man
have status, bud.
That man has to have status. And honestly, thinking back at your question, no, there probably isn't a man out there that can get a woman as easy as Kim Kardashian can get a man. Probably isn't. Think about it.
There's not a single one.
Probably not. Really think about it. If you delve deep, probably not. Kim Kardashian can probably get 90% of men in the world. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but she can get a shit ton of men. Probably not. Think about it. Do you?
Okay,
do you agree with
but
me?
do you think so? You think there's not a single person in the world that has the ease of access to the same degree as it relates to engaging in intercourse as Kim Kardashian?
No, I don't think so.
Rachel, I
actually.
appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Not Michael Jordan after a finals
No,
run.
I think Kim Kardashian could get more men than Jordan can get a woman. Yes.
Okay, so not Ryan Reynolds.
No. Hell no.
Not Michael B. Jordan.
No.
No one.
I don't. I actually really don't. Do you agree with me or you disagree?
I think that's a bit ridiculous.
No. Do you think?
I think we're gonna say the ease of access is basically the same.
No, but even if you were to make that point, what's your point?
If it's the same, well, then it is the case that their body count should matter equally.
Well, listen, Parker, we work in general. We work when we, life and these type of arguments, it's about the general, right?
You can
Dude, I'm
pick
giving you a particular scenario to show that you engage in a special pleading. Okay.
No, you can pick out one in a million and then make the general point about us as a society.
I'm not making any general point. What I'm showing you is your special pleading with your reasoning.
No, there isn't special pleading with my reasoning.
There is, because you don't apply it in the scenario without reason.
First of all, even your example does not correlate because it's still not true. Kim Kardashian can get, all right, simply because she is a female, all right? And number two, even if it were to correlate, and even if your example was factual, it would still not matter because it's not relative to.
I have a question.
Society in general.
Should what's it called? Michael B. Jordan's body count matter more than yours, given it's the same number?
Should Michael B's body count matter more than mine?
Given it's the same number.
Not necessarily, because he earned it
No?
through status.
Oh, okay. So, okay. So now you're arguing earned through status. So couldn't you say Kim Kardashian earned it through status?
Whether or not she had status, if she didn't have status, she wouldn't be able to get as much as Michael B. Jordan. But
Okay.
she
So
would
then,
still-
so then you would
she would
argue
still
that
be able
because
to
she
get
earned
way
it.
more
So
men
she
than
earned
I could
it.
get a woman.
So she earned it.
What is it?
So she earned it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
She
if
got-
she has a million body count, doesn't matter. She earned it.
It does matter, man.
Oh, okay. So it matters for women just because they're women. That's your view.
100%, bro. Listen.
That's called misogyny.
Listen. No, it's not.
Yes, that is, by
This
definition.
is called facts.
No, it's called misogyny.
Us as men and women, we are inherently different. Whether or not you want to shape it up and make it seem like it's not a thing, we are
Your
inherently.
view got reduced down to it matters because they're women.
No. I changed it up because I already spoke to you about the status thing. All right. And the status thing, I honestly cooked you on that, bro. All right.
How'd you cook me on that?
Because I explained to you that a man has to earn it through status in general. Okay, even if you go look at the stats.
No, but I gave you a scenario where it was earned by status by a particular woman, and you didn't apply that standard. So, like, what's your point?
Because we were going in circles. I already explained it to you that the man has to earn through status. If you pick out a
I gave you a
random man in
woman
the
that earned it
streets-
through status.
Look, if you pick out a random man in the street, right? As a matter of fact, not just one random man. If you pick out multiple random men in the streets, right? Not in the streets, just in the society in general, and many random women, all right, then we can talk about which example is better. Not this one celebrity that's one in a million has this and that. And
Why
even
take
then,
one
your
scenario but
example
not the
still doesn't
other?
make sense. What is it?
Not everyone's an average person.
Yeah, not everyone's an average person.
So what's your point?
Should we
Because because then it's not applicable to those other scenarios then. What
Should
I'm
we
telling you is that the reasoning you're applying, I show it doesn't work in a different scenario. Like, for example, right? If we're building a school, and I bring up a hypothetical scenario, what if there's a school unaliver? And you say, oh, that's so unlikely. Why would we take that into account for how we're building the school? And I'm like, because I want to keep the kids safe. Even though it's an unlikely circumstance, I still want to keep the kids safe in the event that happens. Okay, so your reasoning wouldn't apply and wouldn't allow us to do something in this scenario about that. Whereas I would be able to acknowledge context, different scenario. I'd be able to be like, okay, let's apply this.
Should we not be allowed to swim in the beach because there's a potential shark attack?
That's not my argument. That's consensual, right?
It is.
No, it's not.
Should we
I'm
not
just
be
talking
allowed
about
to
things you
drive
can
because-
do to minimize it, right? That's not something you... Okay, so in that scenario, if you're going to the beach, would we argue that like we should have lifeguards there? Yeah. We should have to have lifeguards there. In public beaches, we should have to have lifeguards because it reduces the likelihood of someone drowning.
Right.
For
Look,
example.
I understand that we try to minimize bad things, right? But the two do not correlate with each other. You're talking about trying to minimize a public hazard or somebody's safety compared to a man and a woman from one particular celebrity. I'm talking about in general, bro. If you
You
wanna
understand
base-
that we like
if you
compare
wanna base
reasoning.
your society.
Hey, I'm comparing something specific here.
Can I
I'm
finish?
saying I'm giving you a hypothetical scenario where something is unlikely to occur, yet it's still conceptually relevant.
It's not conceptually relevant because you're basing it off of an entire society, off of one example. Okay, let's talk
No, I'm
about
not.
the statistics.
No, I'm
Let's
not. I'm
talk-
saying the reasoning that you use should be judged
Parker, let's talk about the statistics when it comes to dating apps. Okay. Why do you, so if you look up even what Tinder, I believe it's 65% of men are swiping right, where only 4% of women are swiping left. Why do you think that is, Parker?
Men are desperate, and they're also less stigmatized for engaging in intercourse.
So you think it's just because of being stigmatized?
I said both things. I said they're desperate, and
why are men more
women are
desperate
more likely to be
relative to women?
stigmatized for the same
Why-
behavior.
Okay, great. Why are they more desperate relative to women, and substantially more desperate?
Because it's not stigmatized for them.
What? If it's not stigmatized, shouldn't it be the opposite?
No, because it's not stigmatized, they're able to be desperate like that without it being called out. Whereas women, when they're like that, men call them out, right? Make fun of them, right? Literally, right? Discriminate against them because of that. But when it happens with a woman, I mean with a man, then it's okay for some reason because our society teaches the same actions for man, not bad. Same action for woman, bad.
So you think there's a overwhelmingly 12x pretty much, right? No, even more than that, it's 13x. So you think that 13 times the number of women swiping right is simply due to it being stigmatized, and also because men are more desperate. Which, yes, I agree with you. Men are more desperate, but
You whip that number right out of your ass, huh?
It's not because of a societal thing. It's because women can get it, so it's so accessible for women. It's the truth.
And that's because of societal stigma targeted towards engaging in intercourse. Stigmatized for women, not stigmatized for men.
So back to your original point, you agree that it is easier for a man to be able, so it is easier for a woman to get access to men, right? But you're blaming it on society. So we agree. So what's the point of your first?
What I'm saying is
what's
the
the point of your first
stigmatization.
argument?
What?
What was the point of your first argument?
Which one?
About the whole celebrity thing and status, and do you think what was the
You were
point of
saying-
that if
you were
we both
saying-
agree that it's easier for women to be able to get men?
Like, you're so fucking dense. It's unbelievable. I'm showing you a
You don't gotta
particular
insult me.
scenario. That's not an insult. It's a descriptive fact. Okay.
Okay, cool, man. And you're a fucking soy boy, but all right.
What's a soy boy?
All right, bro. Continue, man. I don't want to insult each other, man. Just go.
I wasn't insulting you. I was
All
just
right.
saying you're being dense. Like you can't track the convo. Restate your question so I can respond to it.
I said, what is the point? Oh my gosh. I said, what is the point of your first argument if we're both in agreement that it is easier for women to be able to get men?
Oh, yeah. So my argument is I gave you a particular scenario where it's easier for a woman, appreciate the money gun, thank you so much, than a man to engage in intercourse. And yet you still thought that it should matter more for the woman.
All right, bro. Instead of talking about the status thing, I'm going to go on to another thing, okay? Biologically, for thousands of years...
Computer, shut down.
Biologically, for... What is it?
Nothing.
Okay, so biologically, for thousands of years, women were not able to find out who the father was, correct?
You could do so.
What is it?
You could do so probabilistically.
For thousands of years.
You could do so probabilistically.
Okay, as the man, they weren't able to 100% know whether or not they were the father, correct?
Okay, well, I mean, I don't think we grant things on 100%.
Oh my God, bro. If you're going to get into like semantics and like try to pick out like words, as a man, for thousands of years, we weren't able to know whether or not they're 100% the father or not, correct?
Yeah, a man
Or
engaged
woman
in
is always gonna
intercourse
know that
with
they're the mother.
a man engages in intercourse with a bunch of different women, right? How are you going to know which kid's his?
Let's say that the man is only engaging with this one woman. Is he always going to know 100% he's the man? He's the father?
If each other are only engaging with just that one person, you're
No,
going
he
to know.
doesn't know that.
You do know. And Ian, thank you so much for the raid, man. I really
How do
appreciate
you
it.
know whether
Myrna,
or
thank you
not
so much
she's
for the
been with
galaxy. I
another
appreciate it,
man?
Myrna. Thank you.
How do you know whether or not she's been with another man? You do not know that.
Okay, I don't care to even have this conversation. I don't know why this is relevant. Let's say, yeah, no one fucking knew a single thing. What's your point?
Dude, why are you pretending like you don't know what the argument is? You've probably heard it before. And now you're pretending like you don't know that what I'm trying to say. A man for thousands of years did not know whether or not he was a father or not before there was a paternity test that came out recently.
Okay.
Right? So even biologically, for thousands of years, it is inside of us to not want women to be with multiple men. It's a biological thing. Society is the way that it is for thousands of years because
it's biological.
It is biological.
Okay, so throughout society, little children are married to adults, right? Does that
What
mean
does that have to do with
does that mean that there's a biological inclination for us to put little kids with adults? No.
Well, you can make the argument that hundreds of years from now, 18 years old is going to change. So that's a societal thing. 18 years old was a specific.
Yeah, wait. So because the standard change. Yeah. So the way that we view body count changes throughout society. What's
Right.
the point?
But it still hasn't changed, and it's never changed.
No, it has changed.
Even in modern,
The way
no,
that we view
even-
body count now is different than the way that body count was viewed 100 years ago.
No,
Neela,
even
thank you for
now-
the $1. Thank you so much.
Even now, men do not want their woman to be with multiple men.
Not to the same degree as back then. You understand that people in the past, if they were non-virgins, quite literally might have been stoned to death.
Not to the same degree, but it's still very high relative.
Okay,
to how
so
other
what's your
things
point? So
change.
it's changed.
Relative to how
So
other
the
things-
standards have relatively changed. You just
yes,
conceded.
yes, relatively changed. Yes,
Okay.
but relative to other things and the amount of how other things change, it's nowhere near close. Men
Why is that
do not want
relevant?
to- It is relevant.
Why is it relevant how much change there was, not just whether or not there was change? Because earlier
'Cause
you
there's always
said
gonna be
whether,
change to
and
everything.
earlier you said whether or not there was change. Now you've pivoted to how much change. So why is how much change matter?
Because everything is always going to change, Parker. Society is always going to change, always. In
Yeah,
every
so this
aspect,
is just
in every
indicating that's a
dynamic.
societal. It's not biological. When you say that it's biological, you have no basis for that. And even if it was biological, that doesn't mean shit. So let's say biologically speaking, women, right, are made in such a way in which it's actually better for them to engage in more intercourse, right? I appreciate the $1. Thank you so much, Ramfy. Does that mean that they should?
Say that again. If women were biologically what?
Okay. If you have a biological inclination to kill someone, should you do it?
No.
No. So just because you have a biological inclination doesn't mean you should act in accordance with that biological inclination.
Dude, that's an absurd example, Parker.
No fucking shit. That's the point of a reductio ad absurdum.
No, you're making an absurd example and you're trying to relate the
That's
two.
what a reductio ad absurdum is, sir?
Yeah, I know. You're making an extreme example to.
That's
like,
exactly
try to
what a
debunk mine,
reductio
but
ad
it's not
absurdum
debunk-
is.
I know what it is. You're trying to debunk mine by doing so.
Yeah, and I
It's
just
not.
did.
It's not. How?
Your level of tracking is negative. I just explained it. What I just explained to you.
You said if we have a biological inclination to murder, should we do so?
Okay, so just because there's a biological inclination does not mean you should engage in accordance with that biological inclination or act in accordance with that biological inclination. Okay, so
Parker-
you said we have a biological inclination to have higher body counts than women. That doesn't mean you should act into accordance with that biological inclination. So give
No,
me an
no.
actual argument.
Parker, yes, you should. You're doing the opposite.
So you
You're
should murder that
debunking
person because you had the biological inclination?
Bro, your examples are ridiculous, man.
Okay, someone has a biological inclination to grape another person. Should they do it?
No.
No. So just because it is the case that they have a biological inclination does not mean they should do it.
Yeah, but look at your example. Your examples are something that's very particular. That's not often, right? Again, relative to society as a whole, you're picking out a small example and you're trying to make you're trying to set society as a whole to be a particular way through
I'm
your
sorry,
small
but
example.
you're just low IQ.
I'm not low IQ, bro.
No,
Your
you are, right?
examples
You
are
don't
absurd.
you don't understand hypotheticals and how
No,
they
I
can
do
you don't
understand
you don't
hypotheticals.
understand reductio ad absurdums.
Bro, yes, I do. You're trying to like make an extreme example to reduce my argument, and it's not working.
That's called a reductio ad absurdum.
I
You-
know
you
that.
didn't
for
point
the billionth
anything
fucking
out.
Time. I said I know that.
Dude, you didn't point anything out wrong with a reductio ad absurdum. You just said because it's a reductio ad absurdum, I don't like it because it's a particular example in
Parker,
which
you don't-
disproves my reasoning. Like what?
So Parker, you don't think that biologically, if we're inclined to be a certain way, again, not something that's like extreme as murder, But as a society as a whole, if we are biologically inclined to be a certain way, we should.
Okay, if you have a biological inclination to cheat on your significant other, should you do it?
Yeah, but that's not a biological
Yes.
inclination. No,
That
no,
is a
no.
biological inclination. You have a biological
not.
inclination to sleep with a particular person.
That's
That
not
doesn't
a
mean you should
biological
do that.
inclination. That's just a
That is a
characteristic,
biological
bro.
inclination, buddy.
Bro, you can get it. You can say everything is a biological inclination. You
yeah,
can say our
dude.
personality is a biological inclination. That's
Okay,
your
so then
example
why
is
is your
good.
argument based on biological inclination then? You just conceded.
Because I'm saying something very. I'm talking about something that's like your examples are always something very specific and very
That's the whole
like
point
rare.
of an example.
Very rare. That's not going to apply to us as a whole as a society.
Oh my. Again, I'm not applying the reasoning to a whole society. I'm critiquing your point. It's called an internal critique. I'm not making an argument for what everyone should do. What are you talking about, bro?
Parker, this is what you do, man. You like learn a bunch of different fallacies and you remember what they are, and then you think that the two correlate and you think that it breaks down to other. It's not working like that. That's not how it works. Okay, just because you study a couple different fallacies and you think you can relate the two, it's not working, bro.
You saying nuh-uh is not a fucking argument. Okay? Give me an actual argument. Don't
I
just
didn't
sit up
say-
here and say nuh-uh.
I
Like,
gave you
what
many.
the fuck?
I didn't.
You
say
didn't give me
nuh-uh.
shit. You literally just responded nuh-uh.
Bro,
That's literally
okay,
your
I'll-
fucking
I'll
response.
go back to
Nuh-uh
number one.
is not a good
Number one.
argument.
Number one argument: a man needs status to be able to get woman. Okay, relative to how a woman is, and we both
Not true.
actually agreed on that. We agreed
No.
on that.
Wait, I never agreed on that. No, that's
Yes, you
bullshit.
did. You said women
They're
more accessible, right?
Wait, no,
Where a
no,
man
no.
would
Wait,
need-
no, you're completely mistaken. I said women.
Yes, you did.
Listen, stop talking. I
ahead.
said I said women have more opportunities than men on average. That's not what you just said.
What did I say?
What did you just say?
Men are more accessible to women. That's the same exact fucking thing.
Wait, no, you said the first thing you said was not that.
Yes, it is.
Christian
What did
Faye,
I
thank
say
you.
then? If you remember so well, what did I say then?
I mistook because you went over 3 different things. Go back to it.
Okay.
I
So
remember it
number
not being
one,
the
a
same.
man needs status to, in general.
No, that's what I
Stop Going
disputed.
back to Vinny Hacker and Tom
That's what I
Cruise,
disputed. I
like-
disputed that. I disputed that. I did not say that men need status to engage in intercourse.
Relative. Everything is relative.
Here,
Relative
listen.
to a
So,
woman,
so
relative to a woman, because you already agreed with me that a woman can get a man more easily in general. So relative to a woman, a man would need status to be able to get woman.
yes.
Yes.
So again, I do not think that in order to be able to quote unquote get women or be able to engage in sex with people, that men need quote unquote status. I don't think that's true. Appreciate the head mustache. Thank you. Do I think that having status can increase the level of opportunities you have? Absolutely. But do I think it's necessary? No.
Okay, how about relative to women?
I don't know. It doesn't even need to be relative to women.
No, I'm asking, how about relative to women? Would a man need, let's say that they're in the same exact spectrum, looks, personalities, they're both 7s, relative to women. Who would, if a man has more or if they both in the same status, who can get a man, or who can get their opposite gender more easily?
We already acknowledged that women, on
There you go.
average, have more opportunities. Again,
Perfect.
dude.
So you agree with me that
Yeah,
relative to
given the
women-
same quality standards, right? But what you're not understanding is that if we look at this specifically, we look at a specific example, there are women that have lesser opportunities than men. And in those scenarios specifically, Kristen, thank you for the subscription, thank you. You don't think it matters more for the man comparative to the woman?
Yes.
Yes was not a response to what I just said.
Can you repeat your question, please?
In that particular scenario, you don't think it matters more for the woman comparative to, I mean, you think it matters more for the woman comparative to the man, even though the man has more opportunities.
Yeah, because I'm not talking. I'm talking about in
So it's
general.
not about accessibility, dude.
Bro, you're constantly going to like one example, man. And again, that man.
I'm
would
sorry you
have
don't
to-
understand a reductio ad absurdum,
That,
but
yeah,
like this is
there's
getting
a reason
ridiculous.
Why, there's a reason why I say it's because the man had to earn his status in order to require that.
I can bring up a scenario where he didn't have to earn it. And if you say he did have to earn it, well, I can give you a scenario where a woman earned it, and you still think it matters more for her.
Dude, Parker, instead, okay, so you would rather have, you think that it should be the same? Like you truly think that if a woman has been with many men, it's the same exact thing?
As a man being with many women, yeah.
Yeah, we should value women differently, bro.
You should value it
I
equally.
put a woman at a higher pedestal than most men.
Yeah, you say
I think
women. You say women need more responsibility than men for the same actions because men shouldn't take as much accountability. That's literally your fucking view.
Yes,
You're like
women are
you're like
more
we're
precious
such
than men.
we're such strong men. We're such responsible men. When we need to protect women, but we also say that women need to take more responsibility for the same fucking actions because
It's
I
not
don't
a
want to take
responsi-
accountability. I'm too scared to take accountability. Like what? That's literally what
No,
you're saying, bro.
I think men should take accountability. I think a body count in general is not a good thing. Don't
Okay,
misinterpret.
so it should be equal.
It shouldn't. No, I don't think that it is equal. Unfortunately,
No, I'm not saying is. Should it be equal?
should it be equal? I mean, you can make that argument, but not really.
Should it be equal under your view?
It's not though.
I'm asking, should it be equal under your view? Not rocket science.
I don't, because I think men and women are different.
Should
I just
it-
said no, I answered you. Then I say I do not.
Okay, so you do not think it should
No,
be equal? Okay, so
No.
why should it be different?
because women are on a higher pedestal than men. We protect our women.
I have a question.
They're both bad things.
Are you religious?
I mean, I don't think I've earned the right to call myself religious.
What does that even mean?
That means I'm not to the standard of being able to call myself religious. I would like to be.
Do you believe in religion?
Yeah.
Okay, so what religion?
Bro, I'm not gonna get into all that. I don't want to get into all
I'm
that.
I'm not critiquing your whole religion. I'm just giving you a specific point.
Okay, you can just add just in general. Like I don't want to get into that.
It's a sin the same for a man and a woman, correct?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so you just conceded. It's
How did I
equal.
concede?
It should be equal under your religious perspective.
Under a religious perspective, sure.
And you said you believe in religion.
Yeah.
So you just conceded.
Not necessarily. Dude, Parker.
This
You're
guy's so
giving me a
lost.
hypothetical that's not true, man. It's like saying, like I can come up. Well, I'd have to think about.
I'm
it, but
religious, but I don't follow my religious beliefs.
It's not about following religious beliefs.
That's
bro.
what you-
You're
yeah,
giving
that's
me an
literally what it
example
is.
You're giving me an example that's like out of our reality. It's like
Yeah,
talking
you're
about
right.
something-
Religion is out of this reality.
No. Religion is not out of our reality. You're talking about something that's. Like not as if we're not men and women. You're talking about as if like we're aliens or like something that's just not
No,
true.
I'm not talking about like.
Yes, you are,
aliens,
because you're
right?
saying shoulda not. I live in a reality where there's men and women, right? And that's what I know. So because there are men and women, that's how I'm gonna base my views off. You can't tell me shoulda or shoulda not. Well, okay, sure, but that's not the reality that we live in. There's men
I'm
and
not-
women,
hey,
and we're
hey.
inherently different.
Hey, 506. I'm not talking about what is. I'm talking about what should be. Like, for example, people do sin. That doesn't mean you think people should sin. Okay? So
Sure.
that's not an argument, right? If you're religious and you believe that sin is equal for men and women, you believe body count should matter equally, unless you literally don't hold to your religious belief. So either you hold to the religious belief or you don't. Which one is it?
No, I hold to my religious belief.
Okay, so then you conceded because now
I
it's
concede
sinful
that
to
it-
the same degree for men and women. It matters
Okay,
the
sure,
same for
I
men
can-
and women.
Okay, I concede.
Thanks.
I don't concede to your entire point. What are you gonna? Kick
That's
me?
that's the entire point. This is the entire point. If it should matter equally for men and women under your worldview, that's a concession. You just conceded.
Your question is why should a high body count matter for women? Sure, it should.
Women, but
it-
not for men. It should
but in
matter
reality-
equally, right?
Yeah, but in
Yeah,
reality,
I'm not.
it's
Wait.
the
I'm not
case.
talking about what is. I'm talking about what should be. If you read the background, but appreciate you coming up, man. Unbelievable. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. Look at that concession, chat. Look at that concession. You know what's up? How old are you?
Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
Hey, I'm 27.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, and this might be a really basic, weird answer. I do not think that it matters if a girl has a high body count.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
36.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yeah.
And why so?
Well, just imagine this. Okay, you're holding a water bottle, okay?
and you're just holding the water bottle. Somebody takes this. Anybody can drink out of the same water bottle, right?
If you allow them, yeah. If it's your
Okay,
water bottle,
holding it. Now, if somebody's dipping their fingers inside the water bottle, swirling their hand around in it, would you drink out of it?
depends on the person.
Oh, okay. Well, you know
If my
damn well you
girlfriend,
wouldn't.
if my girlfriend does that, hell yeah, I'll drink out
I'm
of
not
it.
talking about your girlfriend. I'm talking about other people. We're not talking about your significant other. We're talking about high body count from people that aren't your significant other.
Say for example, if my dad did that, yeah, I would. I'd still drink it.
Oh yeah. So if
If my dad put fingers in water, I would still drink the
okay,
water.
how
Yeah.
about some stranger? Because that's what we're talking about.
Some stranger? No, I probably wouldn't.
Okay, well there you go.
Wait, but
proven.
wouldn't you say it would matter more if it was a dad comparative to a stranger?
I'm saying
that goes against your point.
What are you talking
When you
about?
say it matters more with the dad, so I would just show that this analogy doesn't actually follow through because it matters more for the dad in the scenario, even though in a scenario where our dad touches the water, we'd be more likely to drink it. So you just conceded,
agreed-
even though you think it matters more.
You just agreed that if a stranger's holding a water bottle, would you drink out of it? You would.
If a stranger's holding no, I wouldn't drink out of any stranger's water bottle.
Okay, well, a water bottle that's in a gas station sitting on the shelf, which has been touched and have been placed on the shelf, versus one that's been just sitting out in the open and people
it
are walking
open?
by, dipping their hand in it.
Is it open? Yes or no?
No, it's closed, sitting on the shelf.
Oh, then yeah, I would drink it.
Okay, and now if there's just an open bucket of water and people are walking by swirling their hands in it, would you drink it?
No?
Perfect. There you go.
What's the issue? I'm confused. How is that demonstrating anything conceptual? He just left. Wait, technically, wouldn't that be true for men too? Like, are you saying that you wouldn't date someone that's kissed like a man that's kissed 20 people or something? Like what, dude? Appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much. I appreciate Myrna. Thank you. That doesn't actually provide any relevant difference between men and women. So I don't know what he thought he did there. All right, let's get the next person up here. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. By the way, everyone, follow me if you have not already, everyone. Follow me if you have not already. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 21.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
No.
Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
30.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Yep.
Why so?
Biologically, men or women are designed differently. If a man had sex with 100 people and women had sex with 100 people, if you're lucky, you might get 2 people with a woman. With a guy, you get 100. Now, my perspective, I'm not looking at religion. I'm just looking at biological design.
Wait, what does that mean? Sorry, say it again.
I'm looking at biological design, meaning based off how our bodies operate, that tells us the pattern on what is really designed to do. If a woman gets pregnant, she might have triplets, quadruplets, or whatever. That's the only case, but relatively speaking, she has 1 baby. If you're lucky, 2. A guy, endless. Another example, a woman, when they go through menopause, everybody usually says it's around 40, maybe
Wait, Malcolm,
50, give or take.
wait, before we go into that, can we say it matters more for the man in this scenario? Because if he sleeps with a bunch of different people that he doesn't know, he could have a bunch of different kids that he didn't ever care about. Whereas specifically, if a woman sleeps around with a bunch of different people, she would know if she got pregnant, right? Typically.
Here's the thing, though. Both of them have the capability of having a baby and not knowing who the other person is. Meaning, like, a man could sleep with a woman, have a baby, and not know that it's their baby. A woman could sleep with a bunch of guys and not know whose baby it is. She knows her baby, but she doesn't
Yeah, but
know.
but a man could do more if he sleeps with that particular amount of people. Like, say a woman sleeps with 10 people, she can only get pregnant once at a time. Whereas a man, specifically, if he sleeps with 10 people, he can get all 10 people pregnant and never know. So it sounds like there's more of a responsibility there for the man that he's not upholding than the woman here. So why should this look worse for the woman comparative to the man?
So let me put it like this: if a woman gets pregnant, right? Let's say it's 2 different households. A woman gets pregnant, the guy walks away. The woman's by herself. Another couple, the couple, gets pregnant, and the woman can't do anything, but the guy says, you know what? I'm going to work, do nothing. I'm going to do everything, right? But in both households, there is at least 1 adult that has to bear the responsibility of taking care of the baby. When a woman's pregnant, she can't work. At some point, she has to sit down. With the guy, he's able to bear the responsibility, and physically, relatively speaking, he should be able to keep up on being able to maintain.
I don't know
his
what your
body.
point is because we were relating this to like high body count. Let's see how this relates to high body count.
No, the idea of what high body count is, if a woman has a high body count, not only is she has more tendencies to be more promiscuous. If she's more promiscuous, that means a less likelihood.
If a man and a woman have the same body count, they're just as likely to be promiscuous.
Let's say it depends on how they're viewed too. Let's say like if we're in the United States, right? If a guy has a body count of 200 and a woman was to have a body count of 200, a lot of women look at that guy as somebody with experience. A lot of guys will look at that woman as a whore. I'm not saying it as
Yeah,
my
that's called misogyny. Okay, so since we live in a society in which has misogyny, that doesn't justify that it should matter for women and not for men.
I understand. I'm just speaking based on how the reality is right now.
Okay, but I'm asking why should it be this way?
The reason why it should be that way is just because we want it to be a certain way doesn't mean that that's not how the reality is. Like most cultures, even if you leave the United States,
Okay, right? That's like, but we're talking about what should be. Like, for example, if we're in the past and I'm saying adults should not marry minors, right? And you're like, oh, but that's just not how it currently is right now, right? That would obviously be ridiculous. Or when it was prior to the 19th Amendment, I say women should have the right to vote. You say, but that's not how it is right now. Or do you see how irrelevant that point is? I'm saying they should have the right to vote.
another reason why is because another difference, right?
No,
If
I'm
a woman
asking,
has a
should it matter more for women comparative to men?
oh yeah, that's I'm still on that point.
Okay, so
Another
why should it matter more for women comparative to men? Ash, thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much, Ash.
like, do you see any women bragging about having a high body count?
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
Wow, I usually don't. Usually they lie about it. They try to ignore it.
That would
Usually
be
you can-
due to societal. That would be due to societal stigma. But there are some women that do brag about it.
yeah, but on a majority. Now, I'm not even saying like majority as in like.
You want to
people
know
I
why they
know.
don't to the same degree that men do? Appreciate the crown. Thank you so much. Misogyny.
Yeah, it's still. I look at it like a woman with a high body count usually is less responsible about the future that she has related to that body count.
Can you give me any evidence of that?
Let's say, you
Give
don't
me,
see high
give me
body.
any evidence that there's a statistically significant distinction between men and women as to how responsible they are given a particular body count. I'll wait.
Okay, let's look at Eastern countries and Western countries, but to keep it simple, let's say United States versus China, hypothetically, right? Of course, there's many different factors. Don't want to go into that. But if we look at body counts relative to women over there, it's easier to see family structures when the body counts are lower because they have less experiences. We can see that because if you look at Chinese culture versus United States culture,
That's a terrible way. I'm asking for a study. You have to isolate many more factors than just looking at two countries.
I mean, I wasn't looking for exactly a study. I mean, you asked for an example.
I
I'll
am,
give you
yeah.
a real-life example.
No, I asked for evidence. That's not evidence.
Let me see. Okay, here's another thing. This is something that you could look up, and it's something that I looked up too. Do you know what the highest murder count is in the United States? And this is relevant, by the way. Abortions, high body counts, especially
Come
related to
on.
women.
I don't consider abortion murder. Like prior to sentience.
You may not consider it murder, but look at it like this: when a woman has a high
So
body
if
count,
most abortions happen prior to sentience, they wouldn't be murder under my view. So no, it's not the most. It's not the greatest amount of murder.
I mean, whether it's murder or not murder, that's not the point. The main point is, when you
Should
have
women
a
who
high
get
body,
abortions be in prison?
we can argue that in another debate. But
Well,
right
do you think
now,
murderers should be in prison? Yes or no?
I'd rather not answer. I want to stay on the topic.
Should murderers be in prison? Yes or no?
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, so a woman who gets an abortion in the first trimester, who's 16 years old and got raped, right? Should they be in prison for the rest of their life?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
Like related to like the whole abortion thing, I'm pro-human altogether. If somebody want to kill a baby, kill a baby. If somebody don't want to kill a baby, don't kill the baby.
So murderers shouldn't be in prison under your view?
I mean, of course. I mean, if it's sentient, I'm on the same page with that. But
Okay, only if it's sentient. Okay, well then you don't think that abortion is the most amount of murder because most abortions happen prior to sentience.
I mean, I just bring that up because I found that in actual studies.
Come on, bro. It's dependent upon how you define it.
Yeah, I mean, if we go based on how I define it, murder or not murder, right? Abortions come from two people that have agreed, or even if it's just one person, right? At the end of the day, it's a woman who decided, hey, I do not want to have this baby. Agreed?
Yeah, if it's a consensual one, yeah. What's your point, though?
Right. The point is, whether it's one or two people, all these abortions come from, women who didn't want to have a baby. If a person, or specifically women, have higher body count, that is a higher likelihood of abortions happening.
I don't
The
care.
United States have
Why?
the highest abortion count in the world. I've
Base.
done a study already. I mean, 2023, 2022? I haven't looked it up for 2024, to be honest with you. But, I mean, higher body count, very likely that...
Can you give me some reason why this is relevant? Cool. And
If you look at all the other countries that have a different culture, meaning family-based lower body counts for women compared to men, then you don't find that same parallel.
you could also just test more. So if a woman tests after every single body count she adds, she has 100 bodies, she has a 0% chance of getting it.
Yeah, potentially. I have a question for you as well, and it's related. So, in the case that, you say that high body count for women, doesn't make a difference between women and men, what would you say on a study base? What are any studies that support that?
Oh, that it's the same?
Yeah, that is the same. That it doesn't.
We're talking about our moral values. I'm not making an empirical claim.
Oh, okay. I'm just seeing if that's the direction we're going in.
I'm saying body count should be valued the same for men and women. That's our values. That's a description of my psychological values. That's not an empirical claim. If I made an empirical claim, say, women are more positively impacted from engaging in hookups, right? That would be an empirical claim. I'm not making a claim like that. I'm just describing my psychological values.
Okay. Well, on a value base, just speaking on my opinion, I still agree with it. I'm just taking all the empirical stuff out now. And from both what I've seen and things that I've experienced, usually women that have a higher body count have a more diverse set.
I think this is the question you're asking. Why should it be viewed equally? Is that the question you're asking?
Yeah, I was saying if it should be viewed equally based on any
Here's my
empirical.
reasoning for that. We are more similar than we are different. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. We are
Yeah,
humans.
so we should treat each other equally unless we have good reason to treat ourselves differently.
Okay. And
Okay, so then
psycholo-
men and women, because they're more similar than they are different, should be treated the same unless there's good reason to treat them differently.
I have a reason for that.
Good.
All right, so can we say that men and women have roles in society, whether it be a household or whether it be in societies itself?
Let me say that one more time.
Between men and women, will we say that men and women have different things they're good at, both in the household and in the communities?
Are there things women are typically better at? Because there's not all things that are necessarily women or necessarily men.
Yeah, so for me, women having a lower body count makes it easier for them to contribute to society, because anytime that a woman is
What?
relatively, it is. I'm just saying,
Can you
outside
give
of
me any? That's another empirical claim. You just said women that have a lower body count, it's easier for them to engage with society as it relates to those basic things. Now I'm asking for evidence of that empirical claim.
I'm speaking strictly on opinion.
That's that's an empirical claim though.
A few minutes ago when I said okay, I'm not speaking on empirical moving forward. Everything.
But you
from
just
this point
did.
forward-
You just don't know what empirical means.
I mean, I know exactly what empirical means. I'm speaking specifically of opinion, just
Yeah, your
observation.
opinion on what an empirical statement is, right? And that's not good enough evidence to justify the empirical claim. You have to actually give evidence, empirical evidence to justify that.
Okay, well, I'll just start every sentence with "I think" to make it easier, so we both will be on the same page about what I'm saying.
Then I'll just say you're unjustified for believing those things without reason.
I can respect that. But in my opinion, men and women have different roles. A lot of times, experience from what I've seen, what I think that experiences that we have change our behaviors. I think
Emily, thank you for the $3.33. Thank you, Emily.
I think that when women sleep with a lot of men, it affects their behavior based off the traumas that they have, because I think that they are sexually receivers. So whether it be if you want to say spiritually or if you want to say biologically, they are accepting things and experiencing things from men who are usually usually can be more dominant or usually can come with problems as well.
Okay, so for
Especially,
example, right? If it is the case that like a woman each time she engages in intercourse, uh, wait, actually no, if a man engages in intercourse, every single time and every single time just gets head because he's receiving in every single scenario, does that mean his body count matters more?
no,
But he's receiving.
I understand. No,
So it's not about receiving?
it's because a woman has a vagina and a guy has a penis, and when they have an intercourse, that kind of thing. That's what I'm referring to. I get what you're saying, on the other angle, but no, I'm not referring to that.
Okay, so are you saying penetration then?
Yes,
Okay,
penetration
so a
specific.
woman that only gets head, she gets head from 100 different guys. Does her body count not matter?
I mean, penetration with a penis.
Yeah, but there's no penetration there. She just gets head every time.
Yeah, it still can affect her, but not as much.
Okay, so her body count doesn't matter as much as a man's, or just
Her body count.
matters as much as a man because she didn't get penetrated. Pavi, thank you for the $3 on Cash App. Thank you so much.
It matters because a lot of times, especially when it comes to sex, it comes with other things with it.
Oh no, we're just saying this is the only thing that comes with it. Just gets head.
I'm gonna be honest, it would be very difficult for me to believe that if somebody was to tell me that.
Well, let's say it's true. In that scenario, does their body count not matter?
Their body count would usually always matter.
Okay, so yeah, so you're not actually giving a reason because again, it's not based upon penetration then.
Usually, at least from things that I've experienced, usually when it's penetration, there are other things that come with it, especially whether it's a sexual relationship or whether it's a intimate relationship of any sort. I've noticed that because they have more experiences, some people react differently. And I just say it that way because I'm not trying to go the empirical route. Like I'm just speaking strictly on opinion.
Some people act differently. Okay, so me and you act differently. What's your point?
That's true. Would you say, like, at least from what I think the higher the body count, the less likely they are, they may want to settle down. The less likely they may be to want to settle down.
Couldn't you say the same thing for men?
No.
Give me any evidence. That's an empirical claim. You're saying they're less likely to settle down given that they have a higher body count. Give me any study that indicates a statistically significant distinction between men and women that means that women are less likely to settle down given a high body count comparative to a man. Emily, thank you for the $2.22 on Cash App. Thank you.
The closest thing as far as an empirical claim is men, they're more sexually more sexually likely to want to pursue relationship. Like with women, their relationship when it comes to men, especially with babies, is related to oxytocin because once they have a baby, that is when their levels of oxytocin is the highest. When it comes to men, their testosterone is the thing that makes them sexually active. And because generally speaking, it's common knowledge for everybody to know that a man usually has more testosterone than a woman. That is why.
Yeah, but there are other types of hormones that produce sexual drive in women. You're just ignoring those.
I understand, but could you give me any hormone that is comparable to testosterone that makes women just as sexually active as men?
Estrogen.
Estrogen is progesterone. They are more related towards oxytocin. They have a close relationship with that. Reason why is because even after having sex, their thing is based on touch and relationship. That's why they say when a woman has a baby, especially when a baby hits that woman's hands for the first time after they're born, that's why levels of oxytocin is the highest. It can be argued that for men as well, but
Where did you get this information from?
I mean, multiple studies. Like,
Tell me a study.
I mean, if you want to give me a few minutes and find a link, I came here just to have the debate. But
you can do that. Push the crown.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, if you're gonna cite off all these types of things, I'm gonna require like something to be able to qualify that.
Makes sense. I mean, if anything, well, do you have any information on any links, related to estrogen being related to sexual drive compared to that of testosterone, if not more?
Yeah. I got you. I got you something right here. Thank you for the superpower, appreciate it, Marina. And Grandpa Dave, thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. The title is Increasing Women's Sexual Desire, the Comparative Effectiveness of Estrogens and Androgens. All right. But tap that screen, everyone. Let's get to 500,000 likes. Share the live as well, everyone. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio. Plus, you can follow me if you have not already, y'all. We're about at 553 followers for the day, so keep following. Let's try to get to 1,000 for the day, everyone. Follow me if you have not already. Malcolm, send a guest request back, bro. Later, we can finish this conversation if you'd like. Appreciate you, though. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men, y'all.
Hello?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
32.
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
I think it should matter both equally, but I would say a higher body count for women doesn't necessarily benefit women the same way it benefits men.
So do you think it should matter for women, but not for men?
Do I think it should matter? No. Like I said, I think a higher body count doesn't benefit women.
Okay. So we're just going to go into the next individual. Only send a guest request if you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men. You, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 20.
Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Yes,
Okay, why so?
because it's harder for a guy to get laid than it is for a girl. It's way harder.
Okay. So I'll give you an example, right? Do you think it should matter more for particular men to have the same body count as another man that has less opportunities?
Here's what I'm gonna say. I think that women have certain standards, and there's a lot of things that make you a
Here,
high.
I'll clarify my question. What's your body count?
I'm not gonna answer that.
I thought it doesn't matter for you.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
Okay, if you have a 5 body count and Drake has a 5 body count, should his body count matter more?
Let me just finish. So what makes a man a high value man is if he's in good physical shape, if he's got his money up, if he's over 6 foot, and only a small percentage of guys have all of those things. You get what I'm saying? But for a woman, all they need is a pretty face, a nice body, and it's way easier for them to get guys than it is for men to get girls. That's what I'm saying. And I have some stats here. So what percent of men make over 100K a year? 17% of men make over 100K a year.
Nelson, I don't give a fuck. Okay?
14% of men are over 6 feet tall. And then only 24% of men go to the gym and take care of themselves. Right? So the type of guys that girls are looking for, there's a lower percentage of them. There's a lower percentage of those guys. That's what I'm saying. So it's harder for guys to get girls than it is for a girl to sleep with a guy. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. So, if there is a particular guy like Drake that has more opportunities than you do, should his body count matter more, given that you both have a 5 body count?
A high body count for a man is an accomplishment. For a woman, it's not.
Hey, Nelson, did you hear what I just said?
So yeah, I mean, I don't really care what Drake's body count is.
Oh, so it shouldn't matter more?
I don't think it matters compared to me and Drake. It
Okay,
doesn't matter for
so
guys.
why do you think it matters more for women? I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Whenever they have more opportunities, but not for men. When they have more opportunities.
Because women statistically, like naturally, they have more opportunities than guys.
Yeah, and
So it's
Drake
not
has
an
more
accomplishment.
opportunities than you.
Well, yeah, obviously he makes like
Okay.
fucking 500 mil a year, and he's a fucking rapper.
Okay,
But
so again, my point still stands. His body count, given it being 5 and yours being 5, should matter more than yours because he has more opportunities. But you don't apply that standard. You only apply the standard onto women.
yes, because it's
Yeah, that's called
harder.
misogyny.
It's harder for guys.
Misogyny.
Bro, I'm not
Appreciate that
misogynist.
mustache. Thank
I'm
you so
not a
much.
misogynist.
Well, I just showed you how that reasoning, them having more opportunities, doesn't actually apply because in the scenario where Drake has more opportunities than you, his body count doesn't matter more given the same level as you.
which the guys who have a higher body count are higher value because it's harder for guys
Tabby, I
to
appreciate the
build
7
their
month subscription.
value.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah,
harder
so
for guys to build their value.
okay, here I'll ask you this
You
question.
know?
What's worse and what's better? Me with a 3 body count or me with a 20 body count?
You with a 20 body count is
You
better.
think that's better?
Yes,
Why?
because it's harder for guys to build their value. It takes years of
Really,
hard work.
Nelson? Because my girlfriend would prefer otherwise. My girlfriend would say 3. Ashley, thank you for the interstellar. Can we get a W
many
Ashley in the comment section?
How
Spam
many
W Ashley
bodies
in the
does your
comments.
girl?
Thank you so much,
How
Ashley. It's
many
good
bo-
to see you. Thank you,
How
Ashley.
many bodies does your girl have?
I'm not telling you.
All right, it's respectable. I wouldn't share that either. But
Like, why are you
some
asking me
girls,
that? Like, you can ask me mine, but like, bro, what?
some girls have a lower body count, and they like other guys with the low body count as well. Those
Okay.
are respectable girls that you would wife up.
Wait,
You know what
wait.
I'm
So,
saying?
so then, my question is that why shouldn't a body count for the man matter the same level?
Because I've repeated myself 1,000 times. It's harder for a guy to sleep with women than it is for women to sleep with men. It's just harder.
Wait, say that one more time.
It's harder for guys to sleep with women than it is for women to sleep with
Okay.
men.
Okay, it's harder for you to sleep with women than it is for
Not me.
Drake.
Trust me, bro. I
Nelson.
get plenty of women. Trust me, bro.
That's hilarious, Nelson. I guarantee you've never made a woman finish. Okay, I'm literally Drake has more opportunities than you do, right?
Yeah, but that's cool. Like I could give I don't care if Drake has more opportunities than me. Like that's fine. He's built his value over time. So every man has to build their value.
So again, if he has more opportunities than you do, it's easier for him comparative to you. Well, then it would be the case that it should matter more for him comparative to you.
No, that only applies to women. That doesn't apply to men.
That only applies to women, not to men. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
called misogyny.
That's not misogyny.
That is, you're literally applying standards onto women and not onto men for the same actions that are negatively impacting them without reason. That's misogyny.
I'll give you an example. So, would you rather have a lock that's opened by many keys or a key that opens many locks?
Why is a woman a lock and a man a key?
Okay, because men have a fucking penis and women have a vagina.
Okay, so then, would you rather have a small pencil because it's been sharpened so many times by different sharpeners? Appreciate the lock and key, thank you so much. Or a longer pencil that's been sharpened less?
I don't even know how that like relates to that.
Wait, but it's a penis vagina. The pencil goes in the sharpener. A pencil that's been sharpened many times is a small pencil, but a pencil that hasn't been sharpened many times is a fucking
Let's
long
say
pencil.
this. Let's say this. A pencil that goes in a pencil sharpener many times is more valuable. We'll say that.
Really? So a small, very small pencil is more valuable?
I'm just saying if a pencil goes in the pencil sharpener more times compared to the one that doesn't.
Yeah, it's
then
worse,
I guess
right?
that
Because
one's
it's
more
way
valuable.
smaller and you can barely use it.
Well, no.
You throw those pencils out, right? Because they get so small?
I mean, I'm not saying like small pencils or big pen. You know what I'm saying, bro. You know what
Chris
I'm
Lucky,
saying.
thank you so much. Yeah, you are, because the more times you sharpen it, the smaller it gets.
The more times you sharpen it, the smaller it gets.
In a key, but yet you brought that up.
We're talking about how it's easier for guys to sleep with women, or it's harder for guys to sleep with women than it is for women to sleep with men.
Nelson,
So
you
why
didn't give a
sleep
shit
with
about
more
that. You
women
said,
is valuable.
Nelson, you said, quote unquote, this standard only applies to women. So, like, why do you keep saying that?
Because it's harder. It's easier for a woman.
That's not the reason you actually apply. You said, quote unquote, this standard only applies to women.
It does, because it's
So then what's
easier
the
for
point of you
women
saying that? That's not
to
a relevant
sleep with
difference
men.
as to why it doesn't apply.
All right, so would you say this? Is it hard for a man to build his value?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think it's hard for a man to physically get in shape, to get his money up?
That's not the only way to build yourself up. It's
So
not
what
hard.
is it?
It's not
Tell me
hard
a
to
way.
listen to other people. It's not hard to listen to women. It's not hard to be able to acknowledge bad characteristics about yourself and move forward and progress.
Tell me like what you define
A
as
man
like
that's
building
valuable
your
is a
value.
man that's virtuous, a man that's patience, a man that's patience, a man that is intelligent, emotionally intelligent, a man that's caring, a man that's respectful, a man that values himself equally as he values the person that he's with. That's a valuable man. A valuable man is not a man that goes out and says, women are responsible for these actions that if I do the very same thing, I'm not responsible for. That's a hypocritical man. That man's not valuable. That man, ultimately speaking, is going to continually gaslight you and not acknowledge you whenever you bring up things that you think that they did wrong, because they can get away with things under their own head that if you did, you wouldn't be able to get away with. That's literally manipulative, right? Saying that they, like, for example, if I was in a partnership with someone and I said, you need to be respectful to me, but I don't have to be respectful to you, is that okay?
So wait, sorry, repeat that.
Yeah, if I was in a relationship with someone, significant other, and I said they need to be respectful to me, but I don't need to be respectful to them, is that an issue?
Yeah, you guys should both.
Why?
be
But
respectful to each other.
I could say I only apply the standard onto women.
I'll say this. I think that both men and women should be respectful towards each other. And I will agree with you on this. A high value man is understanding and has a good personality and he has other traits. But that's not enough to keep a woman. You also have to better
Oh, it
yourself
absolutely
in
is.
other ways. You
It
think that's
absolutely is.
enough?
Being virtuous is absolutely enough.
So you think like that being a nice guy and like just
It's not just being a nice guy.
understanding and having a good is
Being
enough.
virtuous is not just being a nice guy.
So you think that like having a good personality and you think that's enough to keep a woman? If some other
Having
dude,
a good personality, treating them right, valuing them equal to you, right? Having patience with them, being emotionally intelligent, right? Fulfilling right expectations that are basic in the context of relationships, like taking care of yourself, taking care of priorities that you establish each other, committed in the relationship. Yeah, that can absolutely maintain a relationship. Most reasons why relationships are not maintained is because people do not hold up to the same commitments, the same virtues and values that they did since the very beginning of the relationship. Appreciate that, Mustache. Thank you so much. And that could be for many reasons, but that is a main driving factor. You can see that amongst almost any study related to the field.
yeah, I think having a good personality like definitely goes a long way, but I think there's a lot of other
It's
things.
not just a good personality.
I
That's
think
what you're
there's
not understanding.
okay. So being understanding, I get everything you're saying. I get that.